Welcome to WardiTV Mondays 40. Yeah, we really did not do much of an intro here because we're just ready to start some StarCraft doing. So we are going to kick off into it and get this ready to go. And like I say, enjoy some games and some StarCraft 2. Our first match of the day is going to be between Scarlet in the top right, our red Zerg play. Honestly, it was the first lobby link I saw. I didn't really pick Scarlet out. I just went for whichever game came up first that we could jump into, and it was this one. It's the first lobby link I saw, so Scarlet take on Hacker is top, who is actually a random player, rolling Protoss here in this game, and we'll announce that at the start of the game as well, as we get into our first matchup of the day in the WardiTV Mondays, again, edition number 40. Hope everyone is doing well, hope everyone is feeling good. As we get ready to rumble into this opening game of the day. I'm a little slow today, guys. I am not 100% well, so forgive me if I get a little confused or caught up or in my own head or something. I'm probably going to say a couple silly things today. And again, I, you know, do, you know, say a couple of silly things every day, really, so just a pre-warning that I'm probably going to be just the same as usual, I guess. But also, if I just randomly go quiet, I might just be coughing or clearing my throat or trying to grab a drink, because I might need to do that a little bit more frequently than usual and a little bit out of nowhere. Is it mandatory to announce that he's random and his race pick? No, not at all. If you pick random as a race does not show the race, right? So we're not going to make a rule where he has to announce it, he just decides to announce it. Cool bracket today, by the way, as well. But first of all, I'm going to go and give a shout out to our donation. I just need to open up my dashboard. Give me a moment, please, guys. Thank you so much to Deadbox527. Says, thanks for all you do for the SE2 community. No worries, mate. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for the £10. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Alright, so into our opening games of the day. What was I going to say? Yeah, cool bracket. Clem, REYNOR, ByuN, Mana, Showtime, Solar, Cure. A lot of great players. Estrella signed up. Estrella doesn't usually play in these either, so that's very exciting. Yeah, super exciting to see everyone taking part this week. Should be a lot of fun. Let's just have a couple of adepts just going to come over. And they're going to be moving out from this opening and just seeing if they can poke around. Well, actually, they cancelled that shit and they stick back, so they're not going to move around at all. We're going to go double Robo Facility, which is definitely a little bit unique, so going to get that on the way straight away here. As we get that started up, a few Zerglings will gather, and Scarlet will poke at the front and see if there's any opportunity or opening for her to potentially dive in, dart in, and deal some possible damage in the early stages. So Scarlet just going to look for opportunity right from the very get-go. The hatchery continues up, and that Rotron, a few drones, a couple of queens, the Robo Bay continue to come down as well. Twilight Council Forge Robo continue to build up as well. A few Zerglings will get a little catch out in the center. The Adept and the Warp Gate continue to come through. And that Zergling's just going to get a little grab. Cybercore going to get caught. The Gateway going to take some damage. And we do have ourselves the battery and the panel will continue to come up as well. It's just going to continue to bring that all into play. And Scarlet just actually makes a pretty good attempt to get this Gateway. The units here from Hacker are just dead. Okay, well, yeah, okay. Well, they're dead. And we have Warp Gate, but we're finishing off the Adept that's building first. Problem is that Adept's on the wrong side of life, so it's going to get caught as well. And these few Zerglings are putting some serious pressure on in these early stages in this opening round. Scarlet definitely should be quite a favorite, and with the way these first lings are acting, definitely kind of makes it seem like that as well so far. These Zerglings back up the top, plus one attack, charge, disruptor, all on the way in. We had 4 additional gateways on as well here from Hacker. Make that 5, and the Lair and the few extractors continuing up as well. Crypt team is coming through the Overlord building. And 4th hatchery from Scarlet right up on the top side, getting into the 12 o'clock positions. Just going to get that build up as well. Stalker will get rid of that Overlord. So Overlord going down, the few Zerglings still very much so gathering up, sitting together. As +1 missiles, Roach Speed, Infestation Pit, Overlords, all continue to come through. And as we just see a Zergling gathering around, a couple Creep Tumors will continue to spawn out as well. just pushing their way a little further forward in toward the center of the map for the moment. So again, just continuing through with all of that, as we do have our charge, excellent thermal lance, +1 attack upgrade, continuing to build 2 disruptors on the way through as well here as we continue to get this underway. Missiles and roach speed building up as well, so we continue to get that going. A few roaches going to start hitting the rocks here from a couple of different angles. That roach should be building up, +1 missiles coming through on the Evo chamber as well. And again, we get that up and online as those roaches will finish off this set of rocks. The Zealots and the Disruptors are going to go at each other there and just open up a pylon. Going to continue forward and head out towards the center of the map here, so heading straight across the upper right-hand side. Disruptor, Thermal Lance coming through. The Zealots will continue to charge. Observer sets up, and a few of those Crypt Tumors will be going down. The Hive, the Roaches, and the Overlords continue to produce +1 missiles coming in. And we will have ourselves a few units from Hacker to go back around the left-hand side here. So they're just going to rotate around there. A couple units going to jump on top of a Queen. Roach is actually in a bit of trouble there. We do manage to split the Roaches. We do manage to deal with those quite nicely. The Roach is going to come back the other direction and continue to try and fight. Another Disruptor shot going to land for a few Roaches once again. Disruptor's still taking some damage. Another few Disruptors shots coming through, hitting some Roaches right there. Able to do very well in that regard as the missile upgrade Hive continuing to come through for the moment. Zealots, Disruptors, the Stalker, and the Prism continue to move across right now as we just have another Disruptor shot or 2 coming in. They are aiming toward those Roaches, which have to obviously respect and split against them, but if Scarlet can wear those Disruptor shots down, we can then chase the Disruptors and maybe get the kill on them. We actually get them away, but now the Zealots are going to eat shots instead. We should have Disruptor shots available again in a moment, but the concern was going to be, are they firing too close? It actually did connect. That Disruptor shot, a little bit surprisingly, honestly. As another Disruptor shot goes down, a few more Roaches getting caught. See still more Disruptors continue to get picked away at here. Another Disruptor going to get picked away at 2. A couple first of Vials. Prism is taking an absolute beating at the moment, and I think we should probably in the end here see a conclusion to this as another few Roaches going to start up again. A couple of Immortals Chrono boosting out of the Robo facilities. The rest of this Roach Ravage coming back through. Just going to be seeing a Disruptor shot firing in. Again, aiming for that Roach Ravage, but not quite able to connect just yet. Vipers continue across. Roach Ravager will come through. Just going to be having the Prism. Having a couple of Disruptors continue to come through there. The Stalker's able to fire some shots off onto a Viper. Disruptors are going to shoot. The Vipers get abducted. Another Disruptor shot or 2 from the side, mate. Honestly, the Disruptor shots have been great. Just Scarlet has way too much. And that is going to be GG's. Scarlet going to take in one of the best of 3. As obviously first match of the day. Our favorite is going to get the expected 1-0 lead. So Scarlet getting the 1-0 advantage. Good to see Scarlet playing. She's playing a lot of these events lately. It's been fun to jump in and watch. We get ready for game number 2. And we're going into Tokamak for the second game. As we make our way through the early stages of the competition today. Let me get this ready to rumble. How's everyone in chat doing? How's everyone feeling today? Hope everyone's had a good weekend. And we've got another week of StarCraft coming up for you guys. As long as my throat doesn't get any worse, that would be great. As we roll Protoss again, by the way. So second round of ZVP here. As we will have in the top right-hand side, the Red Zerg player, Scarlet. When he said Protoss Hacker, I actually thought, is she going to just 12 pool? Especially because he called the correct race last time. I had a feeling she might, especially because yesterday we saw her 12 pool a little bit in ZVP as well. So there it is, 12 pool going down, and some aggression sets up from Scarlet here in this game number 2. She looks to move through the first round with a little bit of comfort on her side. Couple of drones return some resources. Proby on the map and into this main base. So let's continue to produce. A couple of gateways coming about, probe on the way. Simulator building through as well as our hatchery and our few circles. Let's just continue to build up there, so again we get that on the go for the moment. And probe coming back down to the bottom left side as our hatchery already gets put into place. So the hatch comes into position. It's going to see the Zealot chrono boosting along. Forge on the way up, gateway building. And the probe continuing to nibble for a few more moments. Cybercore comes down again. The Zealot pops out, just going to start swinging onto the hatchery. These Zerglings coming across hatch. Having taken some damage, the Ling's looking for a little bit of a wrap around there, so we'll get a wrap. One of those, well, that Zealot already is in quite some trouble as the Zealot will go down. A couple of Lings going to go nibble onto the gateway instead. A few other Lings coming over. Just going to get the hatchery cancelled up, and a few Lings continue to hit the gateway, so the gateway taking some shots. Forge coming through, the Cybercore will finish. Going to start that warp gate up as well. There's a couple of extractors continue in. And we get ourselves another cannon building up at the same time here, so just getting the defense ready. Obviously the Forge helps a lot with that, but these Lings are going to get rid of one gate, and honestly there's a very good chance the second gate goes down before the Adept is out. The cannon finishes, but I mean, losing both gateways is a massive delay, because now you've got zero pressure on the map for such a long time. Yes, you're safe when you're natural. Yes, you can expand. But it honestly feels like we are so far away from realistically being able to make this a sustainable position here. So definitely going to feel a little bit rough as we get the Nexus down. We do see the few Zerglings continue to go across to the upper right side of the map as well. Orb facility and Nexus building in. Warp gate coming through. A couple of drones on the way out. The Queens are building. That Overlord was having a little bit of a think of wandering forward, but decides better of it. Nothing to kill the Overlord anytime soon, though, because obviously the gateways get reset, so there's no Stalker on the way out. Unless there was like a Stargate and a Phoenix in production. This Overlord really is safe for now. And so Scarlet will just send it into the main base. It's going to get a very much so a guaranteed scout. We'll see the Twilight Council timing here. Seeing the Twilight Council timing is huge. Knowing roughly how long you have until possibly Glaives, possibly Charge, possibly Blink. You know, you can put those timings into your head at this point and be like, right, well, I've got at least a minute or a minute and a half until I have to expect this or that. And that allows you to kind of really adjust your drone count accordingly and just, you know, make units at the right point in time. Or give you an idea of when you should be scouting again, expecting units to be kind of stacking up and thinking of leaving for certain things as well. The wall was open. I don't think it... Was the wall open here with this gateway in the Forge? It might have been actually, right? I actually thought it was a weird wall, but maybe it wasn't actually a wall off on that left-hand side. I was going to say, you know what it was at the time? I saw the wall and I was like, I don't think that's a wall. But you know when you don't want to... But you guys probably don't have this unless you cast it before. But I was like, I don't want to say it because I've said it so many times. I'm like, is that really a wall? And it's like, well, it is, you know. Idiot can't play StarCraft. I was like, you know, I'm just not going to say it this time. But yeah, maybe there was actually a chance for Scarlet to run in on that left top side of the wall off. That might have been possible. Because that gate was already rebuilding in that location. The Forge was here before as well. So yeah, I think so. She'd take 3 shots from the light. I mean, she'd probably lose like 1 Ling if she went in this side and went up. Maybe 2. It's still a lot of Lings when there's no other units available. You can force a lot of lost mine times. I think it would have been worth it. Losing a couple Lings and still being on 6 to 8 Lings in the main base, forcing probes to pull against that when there's no gateway production. The only downside would have been if there was already a cannon in the main base, because then you can't really do as much with those Lings, and then your Lings are kind of trapped in and can't do anything. So maybe then it's a kind of a backfiring scenario, but like I say, that's a very big if in a situation I would have to play around in that scenario. Results, we'll move forward. I'm going to go and grab a Zergling there, Stalker stepping up as well. Roaches popping out from Scarlet. We will see that charge still coming through. Additional roaches, the Ling speed building up right now. A couple of Overlords coming out as well, so we bring that over. Queen stepping forward, Prism overhead. Roaches will fight against this first round of Zealots. A few Queens are going to be there, pushing those Zealots back the other way. Zerglings there to aid and help out as we chuck that back the other side. Extra Roaches continuing to produce. As the Prism sets up, the Stalker and the Zealot continue to charge forward, and a few of those drones getting knocked in there as well. The Stalker and the Sentry are going to load back up together, and the Zealot will go in and continue to hit these Roaches and continue to get some damage done for the moment. That's 8 drones going down, so honestly a pretty nice little Zealot attack. The problem is this was a super committed Zealot attack. There's no other tech behind this, and so, you know, in a game where you don't have any other tech, these Zealots need to do more than kill a handful of drones. It doesn't even put you into a worker lead, so unfortunately it doesn't seem as though that's going to be enough. And it looks as though this is probably going to be a problematic scenario. Prism comes in from the right side. A couple of units there going to sit about and figure out what they might want to try and do. The lag coming up, the link speed coming in, add a couple overlords on as well. Bursts of Files are going to scare the Prism away over to the side. Prism will get joined back up together again. Lag coming through, the link speed building. Continue to get that brought up for the moment. A few overlords and a couple of extractors coming about as well. Five Roaches currently building. Having ourselves the probes popping out, the next is coming through, additional Roaches coming in, link speed building on this spawning pool as well, even that Roach speed coming up on the Roach runs, just going to be seeing that coming straight on in right now. A couple of drones coming about as well, as we continue to get this up and running. Again, link speed nexus on the assembly building through, and a couple of probes still producing as well. That Roach speed is continuing to come up with 11 Roaches on the way out. We had an Immortal, we had a couple of probes in. These Zealots get pushed back away to that upper left-hand side, so they're going to get chucked out of there. The rest of these Zealots gathering up in the middle of the map. Overlord moving across. And again, we just have ourselves a couple of pylons. Continue to settle in tight for the moment. Next is continuing to boost out a few probes. The hatchery comes down here from Scarlet as well. The Roaches will continue to step forward into the center of the map. The Immortal and the +1 attack upgrade coming in as well. A lot of Roach Ravager, and we are going to move straight across to the bottom left-hand side where there shouldn't really be much of a Protoss resistance. Even if there were disruptors or something, it would take a lot of great disruptor shots to clean this out, and I think the reality is a couple of force fields are nice and all, but the corrosive valves will knock those force fields down. And we will break our way through. Immortals will go down, and that is going to give us a 2-0 victory here for Scarlet. GG's. So Scarlet is one of the first players to win out today. In that first round. A lot of players in the round of 16. In fact, every round of 16 has one player in it. All we need is another matchup to finish, and we'll have ourselves a proper round of 16 match ready to actually start. So we will look to get that underway. And yeah, we just need another match or so to finish. So we actually have a matchup to go to. What a domination is the first round, guys. You know, first rounds, you know, kind of get like that sometimes. It's okay. Alright, Kira's actually just finished up, so Kira's Scarlet is the first round of 16 ready, so we could actually just go for that. Go into some ZVT. Does not seem like a terrible plan. let's maybe move towards that, I think. That's sounds like a good plan for now, and then we can maybe switch sections of the bracket after this and cast some different players. Obviously got REYNOR in the bracket today. Didn't realize that REYNOR potentially has, well, REYNOR probably has Solar in the round of 8, which would be classic, you know. We finally get REYNOR to sign up, and he's going to end up somehow playing ZVZ in the round of 8. Like, god damn it. Who made these seeds, man? Who made these seeds? Unbelievable. Yeah. Clem Showtime, possible round of 8 matchup as well, is typically very fun too, so a lot of things to kind of look on and think about. Hey, 1 second. Just let me do something over here. Alright. Yeah, we should be heading to Q Scarlet as soon as they are done with it. Hope for a REYNOR Clem finals. That would be pretty sick, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Anything can happen in these Monday Cups. Lots of singular best of 3s. Honestly, both sides of the bracket are genuinely quite difficult today as well, so should be should be interesting. Alright, gonna go Scarlet versus Q. Like I say, in just a few moments' time, we'll get that underway and started. A couple other matchups finishing. Shameless is just beating REYNOR Aussie, moving through to the next round. Lunacy just beat Demega to move through against Mana now, so Lunacy Mana. Harston going to play Estrella, just became available as well. Clem against Shameless. Showtime versus Young Yakov. A lot of the round of 16s finishing up. Solar versus Percival as well. It's actually interesting. Percival had a good run against Solar recently in one of our events. And then ByuN still waiting for an opponent, and REYNOR still waiting for an opponent, so this REYNOR kid, by the way, messaged me. Well, I messaged him 20 minutes before today. I was like, hey, don't forget to check in if you want to play. And he messages me back, hey, can you check me in? I'm still in bed. Like, the kid can't frickin' get on his phone on a challenge website and click check in. Ay. Kids these days, guys, they can't do anything themselves. Next, he'll be asking me to inject his hatcheries or something for him, you know? They need like AI or something to check them in at this point. Crazy. Alright, just a couple of moments then. Like I say, some videos will be taking place. Q and Scarlet vetoing up, and we'll get that ZVT ready to rumble. Nicorect did win against Let Alex, so that's going to be Nicorect against REYNOR. A lot of the round of 16 coming together then today, guys, so getting that rolling soon. Let's see Scarlet playing again. Yeah. It's always nice when you see some plays in these cups we've not seen in a while. I don't think Scarlet's played... if she's played a Monday Cup, she's only played like 1 or 2. And then, so that's, you know, Scarlet's looking great in terms of Mondays. It's great to see Scarlet in the Mondays. Sorry, my brain's not going to say everything correct today. Estrella in our Monday Cup as well. We haven't really seen him playing. Obviously, there's not a great time for Estrella typically, but taking part today. Cool to see him signing up. Scarlet going to throw us an invite over to Leylines. I'm going to get this ZVT. ready to roll, guys. So again, thank you for a little bit of patience, what we said about games, and get videos going. Back in Wardy's day, player has to fly on site to check in. You know, like, all you have to do is open the... I guess you have to be logged in. If you're not logged in your phone, then sure, it might be annoying. I suppose I can appreciate it's, maybe not just, like, clicking a single button, right? But... Alright, countdown is coming as players ready up. I'm gonna get this ready to rumble. And we'll get this kicked off. So, okay, guys, next year, WardiTV 10-year anniversary, we'll have the WardiTV LAN party. And then players will have to fly here to come and check in. So get going in the bottom left-hand side, our red Zerg player. This is going to be Scarlet. Taking on, in the top right, our blue Terran player from Team Liquid, we have Cure. Best of 3, the ZVT coming at you as we get into our second match of the day, round of 16, and these tournaments typically do heat up already. As you can see, Cure versus Scarlet is obviously a pretty awesome round of 16 right off the bat. So expecting this to be a good bit of fun and some fun and interesting games. More than likely as the Overlord heads to the top right side, looks to see what's up. So Overlord going across, we get settled. It's going to be having the hatch, gas, and pool on the way by. And we'll follow this Overlord for lack of anything better to follow until the Reaper or so takes to the stage. By best of 1, it is not, it's best of 3. I hadn't set up the scoreboard yet. Too busy reading chat, making jokes. Or was I? Was thinking of trying to do a an offline WardiTV event for the 10-year anniversary of WardiTV. If we did, it would probably be our crowdfunding plan for next year, I guess. But well, might be kind of fun. Might be kind of fun. Might be kind of interesting. Command Center factory coming through, Marine in the SCV coming over, a couple Queens and the Overlord coming about, the drone on the way in as well. Let's have our Overlord chilling. I mentioned we follow the more interesting thing across the map, so let's go with the Reaper as it's out to the bottom left-hand side, starting to deal some damage, and a couple of Lings just getting chipped away at in the early stages. It's able to get some damage done, so a few Lings taking some damage. CC's building, the drone's on the way through as well. And the Reaper hops up to the high ground and then going to hop back down as the Queen gets a few shots off, turning that Reaper back away and into the middle of the map. So Reaper back out to the center. What would my preferred location be? Oh, in my head, the plan is to run at my house. Like, if we did it, it would be like a very homely, like, fun, vibed event, you know? It would be very kind of chill and just have a good time. Not take it, like, there'd be prize money, but like not take it super seriously or anything, you know. Probably be able to get like 4 PCs set up or something. Maybe have like I don't know how many players would be realistic, but maybe we could get like 8 players if we have 4 PCs set up. Maybe that would be something we could do. House party, yeah. I don't know. Early. I mean, when I say early phase of the idea, I thought it was a cool idea. I haven't thought about any of the practicalities of it. No shot. We have to come to the UK in May, as if you'd show up to a freaking tournament. I spent 2.5 years trying to get you to play in another WardiTV event online. You think I'm going to get you to fly somewhere? Play in something? Ay. My eyes are set on smaller talents than you, REYNOR. I'm looking at the real desperate players of the world. The YouTubers, you know, the Harstoms and people looking for opportunities. The Hellions coming about. Did REYNOR visit me when he lived in London? No. Well, I live as far away from London as you can really get in the UK, more or less. So, yeah, it's not not ideal. The Hellions going to gather. Going to go for a little bit of a poke up this Ram Queen. Going to be there. Just going to be seeing the Hellions firing up. Ella coming through. The Rotron coming through as well. We will see the Banshee coming across and going to go and put some damage onto the hatchery. Hellions will help to get rid of that. So the hatchery will get cancelled. We will get that kill. Again, a few more drones coming up. Overlord, Lair, Rotron continuing to come in for now. The Spore Crawlers coming up as well. UK trains. Yeah, UK trains ain't the greatest. I mean, is anything in the UK the greatest? Probably not, no. Probably not. Yeah, I reckon if we did a bit of crowdfunding, I reckon we'd get like a 4 to 8 player mini weekend tournament in person. The good part about where I live is it's freaking cheap. So, you can actually, you could definitely get some cheap hotels and stuff for people, you know? It's definitely a big plus. The SCV's going down, a few drones are dropping, a couple of Banshees going to shoot, and the Queen's going to go firing back. One Banshee going down already, a few drones continuing up, Extractors in the hatchery continue to come in. We got the Creep Tumors on the way, 1-1 upgrades, and that Stim Pack building as well. And there's 4 drones going down as the Hellions escape out into the center of the map. Still got the missile upgrades, the Carapace continue to come online for the moment. Just bringing that through. The Roach Speed coming up as well. The Hellions will come by, taking a couple of Creep Tumors as we go, knocking all of that down. And yeah, the 1-1 upgrades and the Stim Pack, very much so, still on the way through for the moment. So just bringing that across as our Hellions will continue to wander about for the moment. Marines in the tank coming back through as well. It's been pretty, honestly, peaceful early game, no? I've been yapping on with chat, but honestly only because there's not really been much to take our attention back. A few SCVs went down, a couple of drones went down, a Banshee fell. It's a very playable game on both sides, though. No one's really taken like a serious move or serious advantage. When Scarlet played Korean Terrans, she was one of the players who I always felt like struggled so much with the first 5 to 10 minutes of his EVT. And if she could get past that first 5 to 10 minutes, I always felt like there was so much potential for her in a later game setup. But these early attacks and the early harassment, I feel like, is always the sort of thing that Scarlet struggled to get on top of. And again, we obviously expect here to be a little bit better practice than Scarlet right now. I mean, right now, this hatch on the left side looks as though it'll go down. I think Scarlet just kind of holding here to buy some time, and then eventually just mining off the bottom side base instead would be fine. Although she's actually going to make a dive forward, and she will get rid of the siege tank, so the hatchery gets to live. She bought enough time there. Not bad. Resources lost is pretty even. Only 2 resources lost worse for Scarlet than it is for Cure, so that's not too bad either. There's a few Marines moving now. Marines and Hellbats on the top side in position as well. Just going to relocate a little bit as our 2-2 upgrades, combat shield, vehicle weapons. We'll continue to build. A few Marines stemming down the bottom side. Siege tanks and Marines still coming up. The Roaches are going to be stepping in there as the Marines get rid of 1 single Roach already. We get rid of a couple of Creep Tumors. Couple of Ravages, it's going to chase the Hellbats away. The Marines can push back a little bit further as well. Investors coming up, melee upgrade coming through. We just have ourselves the Bane Nest and the Hive. Continue to produce a few more Lings coming in. We do have Marines, tanks, and Medivacs building as we speak. So bringing all of that through as the army of Cure continues to settle into the center of the map. So gathering into the middle. Banshee going to fire. Infestor actually taking some damage. A few shots coming out, and the Infestor very nearly going down. Just about ends up chased away. The 2 upgrades coming around as well. I'm just going to get rid of another drone. He's going to push in. Roach is just going to step back. We do see the hatchery taking a lot of damage. Is going to end up falling, so the hatchery will go down. Tanks and Marines gathering back in together. The Roach Ravager and Infestor are going to look for a little bit of a dive forward. Burst of Vials coming through. A couple of siege tanks already being picked and chipped away at. Marines will get there. We'll get rid of the Queen. Still see the rest of these SCVs continue to set up a little bit as well. On the other side, we've got some Lings that are going to go running through. A few SCVs going to get picked away at there as well. That's 11 SCVs dropping down over on this side for the moment. Let's continue to push forward. Roach Ravager taking quite a few hits right now. Still shoving up just for the moment there and getting some damage done. Roaches and Ravagers still gathering. A few more Roaches coming up. Melee upgrade, Burrow, +2 carapace and +1 melee coming in. 2 upgrades finishing up on those engineering bays as well. As you get a couple more Infestors in the Burrow, continuing to come online for the moment. Infestors and the Ultra coming up. Marine tank toward the upper left-hand side. Hatch just going to get into place. The Queens gathering together. Marines going to go stimming into this left side as well. And a few drones begin to drop down already. Some Overlords going down as well. The Roach Ravager comes across and is going to keep those Marines and Medivacs at bay for the moment. Again, Ultra Cavern not far from finishing. Marines going to dive the upper left-hand side, get rid of a couple of Queens, get after the hatchery. That's going to be a kill. Now we'll have some of our siege tanks able to siege up and get caught as well as our Marines. Continue to push through. Infestors. Oh, you know, if you build Infestors, you really got to hope you look after them because they are so expensive, and the possibility of what you can do with a couple of Infestors is obviously absolutely huge. Throws the Valves. Marines get pushed and shoved backwards, so they have to take some steps in the other direction. Couple tanks are going to be there. Ravagers taking shots. 3 upgrades, +2 melee and +3 carapace coming online. Added an Adrenal Glands. Chitin is playing on into that as well, as we still see the rest of the bio and the tanks gathering together for the moment. Just going to have those tanks unsieging and relocating back around to the center. The Marines will come through. Going to load back up. The Roach is going to get there, be able to clean that out, and that's going to be a nice little pick-off as well. So, again, a good little shutdown for the moment. The Bio Force continue to come over. Let's just see the Bio actually going to step through. Hatchery going to be taking some damage. Here we do just continue to try and shove forward. A couple of Medivacs going to get cancelled up. A few drones coming back in, and we will see still the 3 upgrades. Adrenal Glands, +3 carapace, +2 melee. All continue to build here at the moment. The Ultras continuing up as well as the Bio gets around to the bottom side, and Q are going to chase over here and aim for this hatchery. It really does feel as though we're likely going to be on the way to a closing point soon as the Bio continues to fight. A couple of hatcheries will take some shots. Continuing down that bottom side, a couple of siege tanks continue to move over. Again, the Bio will fire. The Roach Ravager has to stay back for a little bit as well. So see a couple of Ultras are going to dive forward here. A couple of the ByuNs already going down. One siege tank getting picked away at. The Roach Ravager still coming online. Another couple of corrosive vials dropping in, but not quite able to land just yet as the Bio gets there. Picks off another Roach. Again, 3 upgrades, +2 vehicle weapons. All the upgrades coming through from Cure, and realistically, Scarlet just continue to be bullied back and unable to take good enough trades, especially when you're playing with these Roaches. Kind of just getting bullied and losing a little bit too much. Maybe with the Ultras, you have a bit of hope, right? But I just don't think they're powerful enough, as they don't even have +3 carapace. That's an issue. It means they're just not as tanky as they want to be. The tanks obviously do a lot here. Scarlet does clean out a lot of supply of Cure, but Cure has been mining much more, you know, undisturbed than what Scarlet has been. That's the biggest difference right now, is that Cure can just continue to rally units across to this other side of the map and continue to hit the hatchery on the left-hand side, and that really does make a big difference. So, yeah, work being done there. A couple of Ultras and the Ravage going to step up. Bio will take some damage. Ghost coming through. Liberators and Siege Tanks on the way up. Ghost still building us a little bit of Bio there. Just going to get rid of the hatchery once more. Ultra will step forward. The Ravage is going to continue up. Again, the rest of the Bio there as well as we get rid of another Ultra. Infestors on the way through as well, so bringing those out. Ghosts, Marines, Liberators, and Drilling Claws all going to be added on over the next little bit. I mean, Kira is obviously in a very comfortable position right here. Definitely looking good at the moment. Sorry, drop over here is going to be able to get rid of this hatchery, so recancels that. Scarlet really trying to make a stand, really trying to just stay in this, but the Terran army has gotten better. I mean, we do get some good harassment off with some burrowed roaches, so that's cute, but we've got some more work to be done, to be honest. The roach is going to step through, Ghost is going to be there. I mean, again, the problem is Scarlet just can't keep our hatcheries alive. Ultra going to get there. Bio will take damage. And see a bunch of that going down. And we just have, again, a couple of tanks firing away as well. Corrosive Vials, Medivac, taking a couple of shots. Ultras, the Spire continue coming through. It's going to be seeing a hatchery uplifting missiles coming over. Ghosts and Libs continue to be produced in for the moment. A little bit of Bio just stepping forward. A couple of creep tumors begin to go down. Factory's coming up. RCC's coming by. A couple of Libs again just choking this position off. Scarlet trying to hang on in there. If she can just find an amazing trade maybe, then perhaps there's some potential. Gets an amazing fungal to start with, to be fair, hitting all of the ghosts. Hits a fungal from behind as well. I mean, if there's going to be a fight, this would be it. Great fungal growth as Scarlet takes the chance to dive in toward these siege tanks, and she will clean the tanks up. Widowmine missile turret will be getting cleaned up as well. The Ultra's still chasing over, and we will try and push our way through as Ravages and Ultras get on top over there. A couple of Liberators will siege. That's another nice fungal growth. A couple of Ghosts still getting hit. Just going to be having the Ghosts able to turn the other way and go fighting. Snipe, snipe. A couple of Ravages getting grabbed. Ghost Marauder just gathering up a little bit further once again. So again, coming back over here. A couple more snipes to get rid of those roaches once more. Marine Marauder is still producing through. We're at the medevac. We have the +2 vehicle plating on. Gonna try and get a snipe going here as we do end up onto this top left-hand hatchery. These Zerglings running up. Ravage is actually taking a bunch of damage off the Widow Mines in the background. Ghost cloaking. Bio pulling backward. +2 vehicle plating coming up. The Ultra is the +3 melee upgrade building as well. Scarlet, she had a great fight just again. Honestly, she keeps hitting great fungals. She's getting so much value out of these fungals. But it's just she's far enough behind from the early game that it just isn't going to bring her back into it. Only 5 Ghosts left on the map, by the way. We've killed 17. Scarlet's actually traded pretty well. 5k resources lost only is not bad. It's just she's never been in that position of outmining the Terran player, which is Zerg loves to be in, which is Zerg typically, you know, is capitalizing on. So again, Scarlet's had some really good moments, just the foundation she was building off of has been wobbly, and hence And it's going to probably crumble down as Kua continues to attack. Maxed out again. He's consistently had the bag again. He's just mining so freaking much. Fungal Growth comes down. A couple Ultra Step through. Marine Marauder coming up. The Ghost is still sniping along. And then we just see a couple more Lib Sieging as well. Parasitic Bomb going after the Medevac. Gonna get rid of that hatchery. A few more Broodlings going down. ByuN's gonna stim forward again. Another nice fungal. Make it a second nice fungal. Coming in once more. Snipes continue to hit. We will just see the ByuN continue to press forward. Another snipe. Woodermine's burrowing. GG is called, and that is going to be Kua taking game 1 of this BO3. I mean, kind of expected for me Kua to win a game, but like, didn't expect Scarlet to put up such a good fight, actually. That part was actually pretty awesome. Mana moves into the round of 8. He'll play Estrella or Harstem in the round of 8. Meanwhile, Clem advances over Shameless to take on Showtime or Young Yakov. That's still ongoing. ByuN playing Sebezdes. Kua versus Scarlet. REYNOR versus Nicorect. And Solo versus Percival is everything that's going on right now. Cool. Alright, we'll get Scarlet and Kua game 2 coming up in just a second then, guys. Let me just hop Europe and message someone quickly. Alright. In the bottom right-hand side, we're going to have the Red Zerg player. This is Scarlet. Down a game in this best of 3. Top left-hand side, the blue Terran player from Team Liquid. We have Kua. As we get this up and rolling. That was a great game. Yeah, honestly, it was a great game. Was Scarlet kind of dying the majority of the game? Yes. But she held on, right? And she was able to make defenses while in difficult positions. It made it an enjoyable watch, even if it did seem like Kua was always going to win. It's one of those weird ones where it's like, was Kua ever really in any danger? No. He was extremely well set up. The economy was good. The infrastructure was amazing. So he was never really in trouble, even when Scarlet took a good fight. But it was still fun to watch because there were good fights. Hold on, moving through. Reaper heading down to the south. Double Queens, link speed building. That first Reaper starts to hit for a couple of moments. Reaper doing some damage. Link speed coming through. And Reaper just firing orbital command coming up. The ECC and the reactor continue to come through for a moment. Match drones, link speed. Building up as well. Well, a few drones, a couple of queens continuing in for the moment. We get that on the go. Starport command center, the Hellions, and the SCVs building also. You see the Overlord hanging about too. A couple of Hellions stepping across. Yeah, Hellions, CC, Refinery. Continue to come through for the moment as the SCVs continue to come about. Queens and the drone on the way. Add some Zerglings on as well. Just bring that out for the moment. Queens have shoot. Hellions taking some damage. Hellions will get that Zergling, so it does go down. And again, the Banshee, Cloaking, etc. on the way up once you get that ready to go as well. 5 drones, 4 lings. Again, the important part is not taking too much damage early to the Terran aggression, to the Terran poking and prodding. That's going to be your secret to having that solid early game that gets you to the mid game you can kind of power through with. Back to the center. Overlord's still hanging about. Banshee and the Cloaking coming up. Larry's on the way through as well. Zerglings will step around. Our Queen's going to be there. The Hellions get turned away immediately. No look for those just yet. We have 2 engineering bays still coming up. That Banshee still coming down. Hatchery gets going on the bottom side as well. There's a few Hellions dive in on the right side, going to get after a few drones. Stim, Barracks, Factory onto the Tech Lab, got settled down. The Roachron and the Evolution Chambers building up as well. Still got the Hellions back through to the middle. 1-1 upgrades, and that Stim Pack building also. And the Hellions are going to take the chance to knock down a couple of creep tumors already. So some creep going down. Still got the upgrades coming up. The barracks are going to build. We have ourselves the Evolution Chambers and Roach Roar and continue to come online as well. Add an Overseer onto that, and again, just see the couple of Overlords continue to produce for the moment. That is 5 drones dead, and that is a obviously continuing issue. If these Banshees can get away, then they can maybe come back and deal more damage again in the future. And again, that's the sort of damage that starts to add up a little bit. That's the sort of damage that Kua really likes to see, because it really does slow down the Zerg at very little cost to himself. So, he's going to like that. Still poking with the Hellions, but Scarlet's defense overall, I mean, she's not had like a gaping hole in her defense where it's just been Hellions dive through and tons of drones go down, but still around the edges, it's a little bit blurry, and the units have been able to find 11 drones so far in a 7-minute game. Now Scarlet's again going to play the missile upgrade and into the Roaches and Infestation Pit to accompany that. Roach speed also in production currently. Hellions join toward the 3rd base. 1-1 upgrades and the Combat Shield coming over. The Armory and the Factory coming online as well. Just have that Factory finishing up in a moment as our Marines will get through for a couple of creep tumors. So a bunch of creep getting cleaned out. Medevac coming back in. Upgrade still building. And you have the Zerglings heading over that left-hand side. And Combat Shield finishing very soon. The 1-1 upgrades are about to complete. Still got that CC coming up. And the Factory getting going on the Tech Lab. So Factory on the Tech Lab, we get that underway. The Zerglings will settle down on the left as the rest of the Marines gather around on the bottom as well. Just going to be seeing those Marines stepping forward, and a couple of Roaches and Ravagers already taking some shots. Again, the 2-2 Combat Shield and the vehicle weapons building as well, as we see a bit more creep coming out over on that right-hand side. And just continue to succeed, and we do see a couple of cancels coming about. Some drones taking some damage. Our Queens will continue over. Again, Combat Shields is about to finish up, and our +1 vehicle weapons will be coming online as well. Siege Tanks, Marines will continue to come through. The Command Center going to build up as well on the front. Growth is going to absolutely whiff Two medevacs head up to the center. Two upgrades on the way out, plus one vehicle weapons coming by as well, as the Marines will unload and we get rid of a couple changelings right off the bat there, so damage done immediately. Now Marine Tank Hellbat heading down from the middle and heading to the center here as a couple of Banshees peel away to the side. The Ultra coming up, the couple hatches coming through at that bane speed on, adrenal glands as well. Continue to get set up there for the moment as the things fire through. The few Marines are going to be there as well, taking down some extra Zerglings on top of everything else right now. Marine Tank Hellbat comes firing through the other side. Still going to have ourselves the Queens just pulling back, the Overseer gathering back as well. Again, Ultra Cavern coming through, melee and carapace upgrades building. A couple of tanks will siege as we continue to pressure down into the lower portions of this map. 2-2 coming up, just going to see the Queens are going to be right there. Banshee's going to get peeled away. Couple Hellbats still taking some damage, so again, a few shots coming about as the Ling Bane Roach Ravager joins up together. We look for the chance to push onto this Bioforce. A couple tanks joining and gathering up still. Roaches and Queens still making their way about. We do have ourselves the Titan's Plane coming through, the melee and carapace upgrades coming through. Scarlet so close to getting so much to help her with the defense here. Can she clean this up? She does have good creep and good base control on the right side, which is something she didn't really have as much in the last game. As she dives into this fungal growth on the ramp, but she doesn't have any banelings left, but the Ultras will chomp through, and the army on the top side here will dissipate as Scarlet breaks into the final tanks, and that is going to be a cleanup from Scarlet. Rebuild already underway. Scarlet will take a supply lead after this fight, with money in the bank to spend as well. In fact, she's going to chase across the other side, but you got to be super careful. Going across the map against a Terran player is never a given, and you've got to be super cautious that you're not overcommitting in right now. That depot wall is going to make things complicated. You just got to be super cautious about whether you commit in or not right now. So again, being very careful with that. As the 3-3 upgrades come through, plus 2 vehicle weapons, tank, Ghost Academy, Marine Marauder all building, additional Zerglings popping out. Vipers coming back around, the Ravager, Bane gathering also on the right side. A couple of Queens are going to spread, push some creep further forward. Ultra still building up as we take a few moments. A couple changelings will step right to the center. The tanks will waste no time at all removing those from the equation. The Ultras wanting to dive in right there, chasing after some of the bio. A couple of bios will aim and kill the siege tank right off the bat. So that's going to be a nice grab as well. Bio getting through, a couple of creep teamers going down. Able to make some pickings right here as some damage is done. And a couple of additional liberators, and those ghosts continue to come about as well. Still got the drilling claws on the way up here, so bringing that straight on by. A few more corrosive vials, and the medevacs are going to get hit once more. Don't be wrong, Scarlet again has continued to take some good fights. Just the question of, are those good fights enough to make up for some of the other trades that Kira has found throughout the matchup? Resource loss, about a 2k difference is typically very fine as well. Love the Nidus, love the Dropper Lords as well. Some action on the map, some activity that's going to put Cure under pressure. Try and make his life a little bit more difficult as well. Sorry, we actually get a fungal growth and a little catch in the top right-hand side, so we will be able to get a grab there. Now we're just going to continue to the top. And as the few Banelings are going to roll in toward the mineral line, we are going to crash through for a couple of SCVs. Scarlet with a genuine opportunity to kill a base here. Now she's got a lot of units on the left side as well. That building CC is unlikely going to get up. And Scarlet does back away. Should be able to keep a lot of these units alive. Gotta be careful with those ghosts they're chasing, but they cloak, so they should have a little bit of safety on them. Building CC here gets cancelled. 13 SCVs going down. Scarlet just needs to keep spending her money. She's got a ton of money available in the bank right now, so does just need to get to that. As the Zerglings continue to wrap around and finish off a refinery, the Ultras try and step forward again. Bio gonna be in some trouble as the Ultras continue to get cleaned up for the moment. There's a ton of Banelings on the way in. 29 Banelings being added right now. The Ultras and the Infestors coming up too. have the drop lords into the top left side are empty right now, so they're not going to do much else at the moment, but Scarlet is ready with a bunch of Banes, especially on that right side, and Ultra is ready to lead the charge. She wants this base. She wants to knock the economy of the Terran down and stop Cure from being able to stabilize in this game. Ideally, you get the planetary, you force these bases to lift, you get some army along with it. Parasite Bomb going to get rid of all 3 of those medevacs. Cure does not micro those, busy elsewhere apparently. Does have a CC landed here. Scarlet did not get rid of the command center though, so that position will be held onto. Again, Marine Marauder, Ghost Medevac, all in production. Ling Ultra being brought up as well. The couple of Vipers will come to the top. Eat a Widow Mine shot on one of those straight away. Ultra's diving through. Fungal Growth going to land. The Ultra is going to get grabbed. Both those Ultras going down. EMPs onto the Infestors. 2 more Ravagers also being cleaned up right there as the Ultras come through. The Zerglings are coming online. Spy is building. Again, Infested and the Ultras coming through. There is going to be the Nidus in the upper right corner for the moment. Big team of there getting cleaned out. Scarlet going to again continue to play around this map with the Nidus elsewhere. Now a Nidus in the back of the main base also. And a lot of units gathered on the left side. Scarlet looking for the chance to dive this location. There's a lot of Terran here though. It's not going to be an easy one to fight. I tell you what, a lot of the Ghosts don't have too much energy. They already did a bunch of sniping, but Blinding Cloud coming down. I'd love to see a Blinding Cloud maybe on the Bioforces, force them to step forward or way further back potentially. I mean, right now it may not even be necessary. The Ghost in the front going down as well, so Scarlet's getting some good cleanups here. Her economy is looking strong behind this with 77 drones against 40 SCVs. A Fungal comes down. We will see the last few Ultras now going down, but this is where Scarlet looks to rebuild. She give up a little bit too much. It's big Ultras, big Lings on the rebuild. She kills 29 SCVs. Like I say, the economy of Q are hurting, but he can build 6 SCVs at once, so it's not an immediate issue, although Scarlet mining pretty much every other base on the map is maybe a little bit more of an immediate issue and something for us to keep on thinking on. The problem is that she doesn't get rid of any real... I mean, she gets rid of SCVs, but she doesn't get rid of a base. She doesn't stop Q from necessarily mining anywhere. From here for now, just because the SCVs transfer back over, but that means the Terran will sustain an economy that can rebuild the army up, and that right now I think may be just the biggest problem. And Nidus into the bottom left side comes straight into play. +3 melee, +2 missiles, a couple of infestors added on, +1 flyer attack and flyer carapace both building as well. And the couple of infestors still coming up, the extra drones on the way through. Another dive. This time Q is out of position. He's more to the left. And Scarlet switching sides is going to find her way into this mineral line. Orbital's under fire. Not being lifted off just yet. The planetary very low. Don't even know if we want to necessarily rush in to finish the planetary off. We do get it. Okay. I was going to say, I wouldn't hate if she left without killing it, just for the fact that Orbital's going to replace it anyway. There's no point giving up like a bunch of Ultras or something in that scenario for no reason, right? So, I do not hate her choice there. To just back this off fairly swiftly as a bit of bio comes back through the center. Some creep team is going down. The Ultra Infestor pulling back also. About to step up. Marauder going down. One mine shot connected onto a few Zerglings. Gonna stim it up. We are going to see those Ultras diving in. A couple of Veins going to crash in. Good Fungals give the Ultras a chance to connect, but not good enough. A couple SCVs going down. Just going to see the Grey Spy coming through. Ultras and Infestors coming about as well. Still have that Grey Spy building up as the bio regathers up on the top side here. Aspire builds. It's going to be seeing the Ultras, the Infestors continuing through for the moment. Get those rebuild up. What's the resources lost like? About 11k difference. That's fine if Kua really never gets other bases. Like on 5 bases and Scarlet mining all the other bases that she is. That is fine overall, just... Again, it really comes down to not letting Kua get more than he's already given. Ultras in the air, so continuing through. The couple of Vipers coming over. Parasitic Bomb coming down. Gonna get rid of that Planetary Fortress. Flying Cloud dropping, just gonna be seeing a few more Ghost sniping. Ultra still taking shots. An extra Ghost Marine and Marauders coming up. The Ultras are gonna come through, +2 flyer attack upgrade on the way out as well. Continue to bring that straight into play as the Bio steps into the center. Hatchery has to cancel. Bio going to step up. A couple of those Crypt Rumors going down. We will have the army heading to that upper right-hand side. This is where exactly what I mean about not letting Kua have another base. This is a location Scarlet wants to mine out, and it gives her a massive advantage if she does so. But if the Terran mines this position instead, it really flips the state of the game in a big way. So 100% something to look at as the Ultras are going to dive in. Scarlet knows it's a good position for her to fight in terms of not letting the Terran get this base. However, running around these choke points and corners with these Ultras is not ideal, and they are melting away. The snipes are pew-pew-pewing. And the Ultras just disappear. There was not a single Infestor or Fungal to slow down those snipes. And it looks as though, successfully, we will get to this base location for Kua. And that is huge because I can only imagine resources lost is even worse off for Scarlet now than before. 47 to 30,000. So Scarlet's in a worse off position there. She's going to have to let the Terran have that location. And this is genuinely going to become a problem. I mean, the left side's not mining, I guess. So a little bit of a win in that regard for now. We're just at this point where the Terran army trades better against what the Zerg has. And I don't know if Scarlet is... I mean, Scarlet just isn't wanting to tech up at all. I think she just needs to hit better spellcasting. I mean, if you hit enough Fungals, this army composition can be absolutely fine. But you need to hit the Fungals. You need to get the Vipers involved. The spellcasting must be a part of this to accompany these Ultras and to truly give them an opportunity and a chance. Bio Ghost around the top. Two Widow Mines coming through. Marauders coming up. Medevacs are on the way. Medevac Marauder Ghost continuing through. Just going to see the army coming down the right side. Get a few crew teamers removed there straight away. Fungal gonna land on the Ghost. It's gonna be a really nice catch. A couple of those Ghosts begin to go down immediately. Just gonna see a Widow Mine firing back the other side. The Orbital Command gonna drop into place as well. As Kua just fights forward for another location. Like I say, you need these Fungals to land. Especially just more than anything. I mean, obviously, A, you hold units in position, but B, you stop the snipes from happening. Love this from Scarlet as well. Counter-attacking the left side, so if you do take progress on the right side as Kua, at least the left side's being limited as much as possible. Kua has 156 army supply. I think that's the issue, is that Scarlet's army is kind of made to run in and fight and wrap around. But you're doing that with initially 30 less army supply. Like, it's so difficult to make this composition work against the size of the Terran army. There's not really, like... I mean, honestly, the best option might be to try and get this Terran army to split up and then capitalize if you split two wrong in one way. Like, I just don't know if these fights are truly going to go your way. A couple of Thanes gather with the Fungals. I mean, that's nice. That's sort of what you want. Begin to break through here, and Well, another nice fungal growth. The fungals have been absolutely king for Scarlet so far. That is going to be huge. What a way to dismantle the army. I don't know if this army can do it, I say. Scarlet says, shut up, Wardy, and watch how it's done. The fungals are the key to this. The fungals allow all those Banes to connect. They allow the Ultras to chomp. And that is going to be the reason why she's successful. Now she doesn't have fungal energy. But does she just have enough army to keep going? Gotta be careful, I think, still. Gotta still respect what the Terran has. It's only a few ghosts now. Well, okay, there's actually still 10 ghosts. I'm trying to step forward here. The ghosts in the front will start to have their snipes cancel. A few ghosts left, kind of tanking the Ultras. I mean, the Ultras are kind of tanking a bunch of shots as well. This is why you've got to be careful still. Imagine one fungal there. None of those snipes happen, and it's such a different scenario. And that's why you've still got to be very careful. The Liberators are a continued issue too. We have a few Corruptors, but not overly many. Infestors, no! Scarlet realizes it. She's going to pull them back, losing only one. And the mistake is halted. Get rid of a few crew tumors. We just need the Infestors to regather energy. 7 new Ultras on the way as well. Scarlet might need to give up this location. Abducting the Liberators. The Corruptors should be able to get on top of those. The Ultras diving through, but into Ghostfire. Again, we've got a lot more Ultras on the way up. We just need a bit of time to actually gather those in. Parasite bomb onto a medevac. We try and stop some of the healing. There's a fungal growth. The Ultras are going to die, but again, we're missing so many of the Ultras. The damage output is just good right now. Scarlet has 70, 80 Lings on the way out. Are they going to be able to fight this? I'm still not even convinced because it's a lot of bio. And that bio's been honestly great so far, but it is running out of healing. It is running out of numbers, and eventually Scarlet is going to push through to close down this army. Failings from the other side. GG says Cure, and Scarlet will scramble her way to victory in Game 2 of this best of 3. We are going to be tied up 1-1 in this series. Alrighty, we're going to go to a Game 3 in a couple of moments as Scarlet and Kua go the distance. Whew. Alright, Kua and Scarlet hosting them a Game 3. Early morning banger to start the week. Yes, that really was a banger. That's some great games today already. This series has been popping off. What a great match to jump into. And if Scarlet wins this, we're going to have to continue to follow Scarlet's run, plain and simple. Not going to overcomplicate it. I mean, she would play ByuN next if she wins this. ByuN is already in that round of 8, waiting for an opponent. There's one thing Kua can fix here. I think it really, simply put, is just going to be the fungals. Cannot allow yourself to continue to get fungled so freaking frequently here. Need to fix that. Need to get that sorted. As we have in the bottom left, the red Zerg is going to be Scarlet, tying this series up 1-1 in this best of 3, while in the top right, our blue Terran is going to be Q. Oh, what a great match. I can say we definitely stumbled across a great one early today in the WardiTV Mondays edition 40. And so good to be with you all. And dare I just take a moment to sell out? We actually have ads running, so it's not a great time to sell out, but if you are enjoying the games, guys, if you're enjoying the WardiTV events, do consider supporting. If you've got a sub available or Prime sub sitting there ready to be used, you've got a few dollars to throw our way, all of it helps us to keep on running StarCraft 2 tournaments. If you specifically want to see the prize pools of these tournaments funded, we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/WardiTV. 100% of pledges on the Patreon go directly into WardiTV tournament prize pools. So do go check that out. If you want to, again, support the prize pools of these events directly. If you don't want to use Patreon and you want to support the prize pools, you're always welcome to donate and just let me know it's for the tournaments. Again, our #1 goal here on WardiTV is to keep the StarCraft 2 events coming, give the players StarCraft to play in. It's always what we are looking to prioritize. As we have top right, our orbital command morphing in, the Reaper on the way through, the command center coming up, our hatchery on the natural, and we get settled here in Game 3 of the series in the early stages. Couple Queens, few Lings coming up, the Marine going to build up on the barracks, the Overlord of Scarlet heading across the map early to try and see a bit of what's going on. Reaper gonna head straight down to the bottom. Gonna get into the natural here and see the hatch, see the few Zerglings coming through for the moment. Just gonna start trading for now. People will shoot. A couple of drones taking some shots. The Lings trying to fire back the other way. Queen gonna gather up together. Ling speed, drone, hatchery. Continue to produce on through. TC's in the factory still building up here again. The Overlords and the Ling speed will continue out. A hatchery on the front. A third hatch now coming online as well, so we get that settled in. Reaper coming in. Get that established too for the moment. We're gonna shoot. Reaper taking some hits. Last game started well for Q2. He did some good harassment. It was 11 drones killed with no units lost. It was already a good start. It was that kind of harassing start that I again have said that I feel like sometimes Scarlet has some issues with, so see what the next step of this may be. Let's just have, again, a couple of Hellions, SCVs in the command center coming through for the moment. Reaper and a couple of Hellions down that bottom side as our Queens and our Lings and our drones continue to come through. Hellions and the Reaper stepping by, taking a quick tumor as we go, getting into this mineral line. A couple of Lings start going down. The Queen's still going to be there, turning the Hellions about just for the moment. Again, a few more of these drones will take some damage. So a couple of workers going down already. He's going to get rid of one drone there. The few Zerglings coming across. Get a little bit of a surround on those Hellions. Going to be able to get a grab on those straight away. Hellion is going to take a few more hits of damage. And the Hellions on the other side are going to hit the mineral line as well. So a few more drones dropping as well. Things continue through. Reaper is going to drop. And that should be that for the moment. The Queens will continue to gather. And yeah, Stimpack, Hellions, Marine continuing up. 11 additional drones coming through as we continue to gather in. They're building. And drones are coming online. Our Overlord and our Spore Crawlers coming up as well. We do see the Hellions there are going to push the Zerglings back the other way. A few SCVs gathering also just for the moment. There is about halfway done. The Lings and the Overlord coming up and online. Hatchery extractor building for now. Just going to be seeing the Hellions still gathering. Get rid of one Zergling coming around the other side. Just going to be seeing a couple of shots continuing through still. Apparently, I'm just going to GG out. Has too many drones and too many Lings fall. A little bit of a lackluster final game. I mean, we have just been kind of getting poked about here and there, and just liberated in the main base. Killed the Queen. Spawner in position. Just goes a little bit wrong. Oof. Wasn't really anything super major, just like I said, that lib get in position and all the rest of it. GG's. That is going to be Q advancing through to play against ByuN. Unfortunately, I thought we were going to be a while because of the way that this series was going, so I let Clem and Showtime get started, which is obviously a bit of a shame because we're going to miss at least game number 1 of that now. I should have held it. I should have just told them to wait for a minute. I did not. My own mistake. Mana just went in game as well, it seems, so Mana playing. There's no result in the bracket right now. Oh, Mana's up a game against Hostum. So looks like Hostum took out Estrella. Cool. We'll probably just wait for Clem Showdown to finish, because ByuN and Q are going to play. They're going to take a little while. We cast both semifinals no matter what, so we'll do Clem Showtime the rest of that round of 8, and then we'll go from there. I guess it's on the French stream. I guess we could maybe hop on over to Koga's stream and just cast from there for a few moments. Alright, so there's going to be no game sound here, guys, but this is the current matchup happening between Clem and Showtime. It is game number 1 of a best of 3. So, yes, this is game 1 of the quarterfinals between Clem and Showtime. I'd rather show you guys this from 5 minutes in, and then the rest of the series then kind of jumping into the TVT, I think. Because I think we want to jump into the rest of this series, then we'll have our semifinals and our finals on the way for the rest of the day. So I think that's going to be what's coming up. And yeah, so here we go. Just going to be having a few Marines and a couple Wooden Mines coming over. Storm coming through, the charge coming up. Mine Templars on the way, at the gates on. And so far we've just seen in this game, I suppose, nothing too wild happen. I mean, a little drop here from Clem is going to get rid of the Stalkers. Auto turrets to help, and the Zealots will not overwhelm here. And that's bad positioning for Showtime, because now he's going to lose both pylons. And losing those pylons is going to result in, obviously, a very rough position, because now you're losing all of the power to your gateways. This actually game 1 might be coming to a conclusion rather soon, because that is a very good starting point so far. A little feedback on a medevac. Damage dealt there. The ByuN will continue to fight. Probes continue to drop. One more Storm comes down. The few Marines taking damage. Yep, GG. Well, there you go. That's exactly how game 1 ends. And we can jump into a game 2 and join that live in game. So there you go. We didn't even have to go without the game sounds or anything for too long. We can get into game 2 and go from there, guys. It's going to run some ads because we had some long games back to back early in the stream. I'm out of like snoozes to stop the ads playing in the games. So I'm just going to run some now. Just give us a chance there. We're going to hop into game number 2 as Clem is up 1-0 against Showtime in the round of 8. Heading into our second match of this quarterfinal. Mana up a game against Harsum currently in the round of 8 as well. REYNOR playing solo. Don't know what the score is over there. Anyone streaming that? Cranky Ducklings alive. Have not checked in with them. REYNOR and solo 1-1 on the Cranky Ducklings. So the Ducklings are giving you guys the ZVZ action if you want to watch some REYNOR games today. We'll jump into game 2 of this Clem versus Showtime matchup. As we have got in the top left-hand side, the red Terran player is going to be Team Liquid's Clem. And he's up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Taking on the blue Protoss in the bottom right, we have got Showtime. Again, hoping that this will lead us pretty much just straight into our semi-finals, and that will more or less determine what our day will look like here in the WardiTV Mondays edition 40. Pylon assembler coming up, probes on the way. Let's get settled down as the barracks comes through as well. And gate and the assimilator coming up for the moment. Get all of that on the way through. Refinery coming by. Take a few moments as we just have. And Nexus Corona boosting out. Gonna go get a couple probes into that assimilator. Obviously, we didn't quite see everything in that game 1, so we weren't quite sure what the scenario was, or if Clem got something done early that gave him that edge and then got him into that good position in the main, but we obviously saw how it ended, so... And we saw that Showtime was obviously trying to head into a fairly quick storm and so on as well, so an idea of what Showtime was trying to play in the first game at the very least for us now. Barracks going to finish. I'm just going to be seeing the Reaper on the way through. And Orbital coming up. And the Nexus and the Cybercore building on the side of Showtime as well. Drop the factory down in that main base. Again, seeing an Orbital coming online. Nexus Cybercore building. A Simulator and a Pylon coming in. You can see another Mule or 2 being added on right now as well. So we continue to get that all up and running just for the moment. And good so far. Factory on the tech lab still coming up, by the way. The CV popping through, the warp gate coming in, the Nexus will build. So we're just going to shoot, and that Reaper already taking some damage. Reaper gets pushed out the other side. The sentry in the warp gate building. Twilight Council on the way through. A couple of probes added in. Do you have the reactor and the command center then? And Clem with that early Cyclone to get on the map and pressure with a little bit. Try and find something with that. I mean, Cyclone really has so much potential when someone like Clem is in control of it, when that micro potential is super high. There really is just so much ability to lock on, keep locked on, get a kill, reset, go again, do the same thing. See Cyclones. Honestly, Cyclones find so much damage way more often than I'm expecting them to a lot of the time, so... And 2 Marines in the Widow Mine continuing to come about. Cyclone locks on, Hallucination just going to drop. Still got the blink and a couple of gates coming by as well. Two Stalkers in the center just come over to that right side. The couple of gates building up. Again, Blink is not far from finishing. Warp Gate about to finish up there as well. We will see a gateway morphing into a Warp Gate right now, so bringing that straight through. Marines, Siege Tank continue to come up. We are just going to be seeing our Tech Lab continue in as well. Marine's going to step out into the center of the maps, just going to get that on the move already. The Raven building as well. Blink continuing to come online for the moment. Excuse me. As we just take a little bit of time to continue to settle ourselves down on this one. The Stalkers, Sentry continue to gather together as well. Just seeing our, again, Banshee, Siege Tank, Marines will continue to come through. You have the Stalker's going to be there, and the Medevac going down immediately, so just going to be able to grab that. It's going to be a nice little catch. Again, the Stalkers and the Sentry joining up on the bottom side as we push on through. Just going to continue our way over. And again, Banshee Tank and a couple of Marines and the Cloaking need to get going for the moment. Green Tank coming over. The SCVs are going to be there. Just going to be going back and forth. The Stalkers aiming for that bio for a little bit. We do have the, again, charge and everything else continue to come about right now. The Observer coming up as well. Just for the next few moments. Gateways and a Robo Bay coming online at that charge in too. I'm going to meet that army at the front with the Stalkers. They obviously can blink back as Clem loses a couple Marines, and we'll still lose more as Showtime continues to kite him across the map. The less Marines that arrive, the easier it's going to be for Showtime to deal with this little bit of a push right now. Marine tanks still heading across. Robo Bay, Zealots, Gateways all coming through. The charge building as well. And again, that Marine tank continuing to flare in. Just for the moment, a couple Stalkers still taking some shots. Damage being dealt. As tanks will siege and that Observer continues to die as the Warp Gates morph straight through. Extended Thermal Lens and that charge still coming online. A couple of Banshees will gather up as well. For the moment, they come over. They're looking for a probe. So a couple of probes begin to go down. And then the Stalkers and the Thermal Lens coming through. And apparently Clem just had his, just get his army jumped on. I was watching the French Observer and apparently... Oh, Clem just... Yeah, okay, gets his army jumped on, tanks go down. His army just wasn't that scary, to be honest. So, yeah, just kind of dies. A little bit of a lackluster game as well as we go into Tokmak for Game 3. Sorry, guys, like I said, I was just on the French stream, and I guess they also missed the fact that Showtime just jumped on that army, and it was not good enough, and so we get tied up 1-1. REYNOR falls in the round of 8 to Solar. So Solar going to make it an all-Korean bottom portion of the bracket. It's an all-European top portion of the bracket, so it's an EU vs Korea finals. So just keeps getting the edge over REYNOR in those ZVZs lately, huh? Keeps on finding his way through those. Always close between them, but yeah, Solar nipping the head each time lately. As in the top right-hand side, we do have ourselves the red Terran player from Team Liquid. It is going to be Clem. Up against the blue Protoss in our bottom left corner of the map, we have Showtime. Well, definitely a game 2 that went a little bit strong from Clem, getting pushing, just units ready to grid him, army getting wiped out. When you push on the map with that Marine tank force, you can't let it just get wiped out so freely, because that really does land you in a bit of a disaster a lot of the time. Something you definitely want to try and stay clear of is cracks, gas coming through, the gate and the assimilator coming up, add a probe on as well. Get that up and running for a few moments here. Cybercore building, again orbital and that Reaper coming up for the moment, so we get that on the go. A little bit more pressure coming through. Now the next is down. Our Reaper pops out and Clem will get across the map with that. There is that Reaper. So Reaper coming over. Just follow that as the Adept. It's going to be that Reaper takes a shot or two, a little bit of damage done. And you have the warp gate going about right now as well. So warp gate coming through, the Twilight Council coming over. People will continue to clip onto the couple of probes here for the moment. So again, some damage being dealt. The probes continue to set up for now. So yeah, the Adept going to continue to shade about. Reaper going to take some hits and get chased away. CC building, starport added on. Continue to bring that up for the moment. Marines, the Reaper is going to get there. The Adept is going to go down. These shots coming through. Again, the blink coming up. The warp gate coming by. Robo facility and gateway continue to produce for now. And that blink in the Robo facility coming up as well as Showtime preps up in this game 3. Tank building, hubs on the way, got the next coming through, a couple of probes, the tank will unload from the medevac as the army continues to head down to the bottom. The third nexus will come under fire. That's going to be in a lot of trouble right there. So damage being taken, shots coming through. We are going to see the Banshee, the tank, and the Marines continue to come up and online. As well fight, some damage being done, so a few shots continue to come around. And Banshee tank and the Marines continuing up. The Rubber Bay and the Nexus. A couple of assimilators coming over. Just have ourselves a few probes coming up as well at that forge on. The Raven coming over as well. Continue to bring that online. Let's just settle ourselves in deep. But there is going to be the Stalkers poking on the other side. So we're going to try and get some damage done here. The Marine tank being held from going across the other side just yet. As we do have the army looking to try and get over here from Clem again. So similar to the last game, 3 tanks, bunch of Marines trying to come across versus those Stalkers and trying to make their way through here for the moment. So we will see if they can get to that bottom left side successfully or not. Stalkers already getting battered. Disruptor coming up, charge on the way. Next is about to complete. The extra gates coming through. We actually have a couple of Marines going to get jumped on there as well. We do blink back for one. Going to blink back from another. So that's 2 Marines that go down. And the charge on the Disruptor coming up. The extra gates coming online. The Marines going to go after the Nexus. The tanks are going to fire. The third base is going to take a ton of damage. We have a couple of the pylons looking to come around the back there. But that third base goes down for Showtime. It's not ideal. He has 1 Disruptor out building a Colossus. Trying to make something happen with that as the Disruptor shot will land, but not quite close enough. The Marines actually now able to kill the Disruptor as well as great. I don't think Clem really needs to be here anymore. It's tempting to just siege up. You feel like it's going well for you. He kills off an Observer there as well. Sees the other one, gets that too. Showtime. It's all falling apart, but he will get a Colossus out, and that Colossus will maybe make him able to defend for the moment. Difficult position here for Showtime as charge continues through. A couple Nexus being added on. We had an attack upgrade in as well. Just going to see that Stimpack Combat Shield and +1 upgrades all building through currently from Clem. And Marines will jump in toward the Nexus. We get a cancel. A few units around that right-hand side. And Stim Combat and +1 building through for the moment. The +1 thermal lands continue to come online. Just have a couple of Zealots coming through as well. Just going to start pushing our way in toward the Marine tank force. Couple tank shots going nicely as well for the moment. Goes down. A couple Stalkers pinging at the Raven. The Colossus still chrono boosting out. Tank gonna drop a little bit further forward. As he's going down, a couple tanks firing. Bio still pressing up, but the tank will siege. You're going to see an anti-arm missile dropping onto the Colossus and a bunch of those Zealots. The gateway at the front there will begin to go down, and the pylon. The Robovig are going to be a target here. Showtime's not even going to try and fight it. Clem gets the upgrades finished and is able to immediately just set that up, push in, and that is going to be GG's. Clem to the semis here today after not playing last week's. So right back into the semis this time as Mana did beat Harsum, so it'll be Clem, Mana, and then Solar versus ByuN or Kira on the other side. So we'll get Clem versus Mana on the way. Let them know that we can go into that one as soon as they are ready, and we'll get a bit more TVP coming up for you guys up next. Guys, I'm just going to go to a break so I don't have to talk through the downtime. Give my voice a moment to rest because it's a little sore right now. I'll see you guys after this for our semi-finals. Yo, Kiang TQD, thank you though for the gifted sub to Borat's02. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alright, guys. I got Austin here with us for some games. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Wardo?
Not much.
How am I doing?
Yeah,
The real question is, Wardy, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Oh.
I think the real question is how are you doing? Because that's the one I asked.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Do you want me to knock on you on Twitch?
Oh, yeah, we can do stuff together. Yeah, let's do it. I like that. It's a short tournament today, isn't it? Or maybe it feels shorter because I managed to survive an extra round.
Yeah, I think you just made it further than usual.
Yeah. Usually I go down in the the top 16 players, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
But you always get, why did you give Mana seed 1? What the hell is that?
Because he got the finals last week.
Oh. So you just do it based on last week's result?
Top 4 gets seeded from last week, and then everyone else gets dragged to my guesstimate.
I like that.
It's a good way of like mixing it up, you know? Like, so it's not just the same bracket every week, the same similar players sign up.
You know, I think that is actually a great thing you do.
Thank you. I knocked
You're
him, by
truly
the way.
best.
Accept it.
Yeah, okay, wait, give me a second. You know I'm not that fast. Collab request. Accept. And now that I've got you on the hook anyway, on the line, what about those pings, huh? The server rules.
The server rules, I told you you'd fix them. Like.
Yeah, but how are you gonna fix them?
I'll just make it central EU central now.
I think that's
Seems
absolutely fair. Yeah. I love that.
I mean, that was literally your suggestion.
Yeah, no, that was my suggestion. I think that's a good suggestion.
Yeah, seems fair to me.
You can also do EU Central West. That would also be better already.
West.
Yeah.
What about EU West Central? That makes more sense now.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Sure, I get your point. Yeah. Yep.
Actually, EU Central West would be the best.
No,
it would be most fair.
No, because then you play on no ping and they play on full ping, and then you both play on half ping in quotation marks.
No. There is no half ping. This is a misconception that Central is not... Just because it's called Central doesn't mean it's in the center, Wardy.
Right, but I mean, like, logically speaking, that is how it works.
No, that is not at all how it works, just because the word Central is there.
Right, but that's how the rules are made.
Yeah, okay, and I'm telling you the rules are bad. So the point is the rules are bad. We're talking about the rules and you go, well, it's in the middle, but it's not in the middle. The thing is that I get 110 ping and they're going to get like 40 or 50 or 30, depending on where in West they even live.
Right.
Yeah, so how is that? That is not 50-50, 110 versus 40.
Well, no, it's not, but like that's the middle ground that we can do, no?
Yes, but it's not a middle ground. That is the point. So
okay,
you saying, well, it's there, you know, versus you favor, then it's 50-50, but it's not 50-50.
Okay, so you played against a Korean player, and they played Korea, then Central, then EU.
Yes, that would be favored for them. But Central, West, Central is a lot more fair in this case. Or West, Central, West.
No, EU Central, West.
Okay, EU Central, what?
Well, that's what you are.
It doesn't make any sense in the Korean case. Okay, in the Korean case, it doesn't make any sense because the middle servers are much more middle.
Yeah, but it's still unfair to not play each player's best server first.
No, it's not unfair because their best server is as good as our best server, but their middle server is much better.
I feel like we should agree to disagree.
Well, sure, we can agree to disagree. And I am the people's champ. They will realize how wrong you are.
The people's champ, yes.
The people's champ. Well, not really a champ, but the people's top 8 finisher, alright?
The people's number 3 voter when voted into tournaments.
Exactly. Number 3 voted. I am the first replacement if someone drops out.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm the champ of.
Yeah, that's the champ. Number 1 in some category at least.
This is Clem disrespecting, by the way. This is the work build that exists.
What, flying the Widowmine straight into the Stalkers?
No, like so the rule that I have is that if Terran players open up with Reaper from a single gas, so like barracks gas into Reaper and then go Widowmine drop, that is like the build that basically says I'm so much better than you that I don't even have to deal any damage in the early game. I just wanted to get to a place where it is like remotely standard. That is what you're saying pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the big disrespect move, you know? This is also a good indicator of balance. If all Terran players are playing barracks gas into Reaper, you know that Terran is imbalanced. It's too strong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good like little, you know, little trick. What do you call these things when you have like a word or like a certain sentence that is supposed to remind you of something? You know what I mean? Like we used to have it for the planets, where you have like a word and then you know the order of the planets. What do you call this particular like?
It's kind of like an acronym, though. Like it's an acronym, but not really an acronym.
Yeah, it's like a mnemonic tool, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the word is. A mnemonic? That's probably
it's just called a mnemonic. Yeah, we call it a donkey bridge or a mule bridge.
You call it a donkey bridge?
Yeah, in Dutch. But so I wanted to say there's
an
like
ezel bridge?
You know, it's like a yeah.
How do you say bridge in Dutch?
Brug.
Brug.
It's an ezelbrug.
In ezelbrug?
An ezelbrug, yeah.
In ezelbrug.
Yeah. It's like it's something that helps you remember something. I don't think it necessarily has to be like oh, that's a nice
oh, he gets it. He denied. With 1 second to go.
Huge, isn't it? He's still gonna kill 5 stalkers though.
Is it you know, I feel like this is not good for mana, right? Like this is one of those cases where denying Stim is great and slows the Terran down, but Stim comes back and those 5 stalkers don't come back a lot of the time, is what I feel like, no?
Yes. Unless they're part of a certain religion that does reincarnation and comes back body. Like, it's like, what are these insights?
Okay, look. I'm not 100% today. I'm going to say some weird shit. You're just going to have to roll with it. It makes sense in my head.
I mean, it's correct. It's absolutely fine. No, like this is also the type of move that is probably fine to play if you're playing like Percival or, you know, it's like a guy that wants to go for a 2-base all-in. If you're playing against Clem, like Clem is not going to be like, oh no, I can't all-in off of 2 bases against mana. He's more like, oh, all right, I guess we're playing a longer game. I have a bit of a unit advantage. Stim is going to come online in 120 seconds from now. I'm going to be okay. As long as I don't die to his incoming push, that should be fine. And he has 2 Vikings out as well. That's banging. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult for Clem to die. He's a good mind spread, has Vikings out. We have a 4th base on the way for mana already, but he's just down 25 supply or so. This is going to be tough, I think.
Yeah, he's going to try and attack in right here. Zelda to charge into the first mine. Has a storm. He'll drop that in as well. Obviously, really nice to zone these bio units back, and that just means, well, straight up, not a lot of the bio is fighting at any point in time. And the units in the front are just taking an absolute beating. Mana could really do with a warp in right now, but without the prism still here, it's going to be quite difficult. So he's not going to be able to keep pushing in. And Clem is going to be able to shut that down and potentially take himself out across the map as a counterattack.
Yeah, mission not achieved here for Manu. Probably wanted to achieve something positive, and now ends up with just a lost prism. Lots of energy spent as well. Of course, he does have a couple of new Templar. He is transitioning into a Rollaway, but all of this is fairly late. Liberator is being added into the mix for Clem. I guess that's a harassment Liberator. What do you make of that?
I mean, I guess so, right? It doesn't really make sense to just have a... It's such a weird time to make a lib, because unless you're going to make like a lot of libs, I guess he's just going to send it around the map and just use it as a harass, like you say. I mean, yeah, he still has 5 medevacs, so yeah, I guess just going to try and take Mana's attention a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, second Rollaway now coming in. Interesting move. Also known as a mistake. Oh, there we go. It's going to cancel it. Might just throw down a second robotics facility, though. We have a lot of Zealot run-bys coming in. A weird attack on the 3rd base as well. This is kind of a mana classic. It's where you'll pretty much full send for a base trade without any real issues. Ooh, that storm was not good because it wasn't there. Next storm is okay, zoning-wise. He needs to get the hell out of here, though, as the Zealots in the natural haven't achieved a whole lot either. I am liking this spot for Clem more and more. As time ticks by, it just seems to keep getting better. This Prism is also toast.
Yep, that's dead. No getting away from those Vikings. So all the High Templars die as well, which means you have less Storm rebuilding back at home already. There are 2 High Templar on the map, so you can have some Storms available, but probably not as many as you really need to hold off Clem's armies. He comes across the map to you right now and looks for a way to really take advantage of what has been some rough trades from Mana so far. He's half the resources lost almost, well, 2/3 of the resources lost, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Templar moving in forward, looking for something here. I don't think he's going to get anything useful. Gets 1 storm, doesn't hit anything, loses the Templar. Still had 1 storm in the chamber there, but it's never going to come out. Takes it to the grave. Another stim activates. So these units are pretty low. That might be an issue. Mana is up to 150 supply. We have 1 storm in the back. It needs to connect with a big portion of the army. It really doesn't. There's only 2 Vikings out right now, and they might actually end up falling here pretty rapidly.
I mean, if there's a way to survive it, it's that Colossus that just goes untouched during the fight, right? If that can just splash the entire way through. There's always going to be something of an opportunity. Extra Stalkers and Zealots warping in. Clem will just step back for a moment or two. As the army
There's
comes
no
about.
thermal, by the way.
Yeah, no range.
Kind of weird. Big blink forward. Went for the Overlord, War Prism speed instead. It's gonna clear this army. But against the top level Terrans, whenever you're killing an army somewhere, it probably means there's either a second army coming to reinforce it or about to attack one of your other bases. This time it's going to be a reinforcing army. I don't think this is enough stuff here for Mana to fight the 2/2 Bioforce. Viking in the sky, there's still 4 medevacs out as well. These Stalkers are getting knocked out. And I do believe that Clem is going to be stimming and winning over here. Up about 90 supply at this point. 1 more storm comes in. So we have 1 more on this Templar. Not a whole lot of healing, but I mean, the bottom base is pretty freaking vulnerable. The natural's pretty vulnerable. And this army is also vulnerable. Let's see if Mana can do anything with that, but I don't think so.
Lost the energy on the High Templar already, right? Which is pretty much just going to say it's going to be difficult. That Colossus has to do pretty much all the heavy lifting right now, and it's just unrealistic. You mentioned it doesn't have range, so it can't even get into reach as easily as it would like to. And yeah, Clem, the only downside for him right now is the fact that he is playing an army that is kind of low HP, but he's got the numbers to just kind of surge through anyway. A few Zealot Warpins will buy a tiny amount of time, but as the probes pull, this will be a GG, and Clem takes the first game of the semi-finals.
Wow, what a gamer, Wardy.
What a gamer.
A true gamer. Yeah, and with the Reaper First. I mean, this is... Oh, wait, he actually played 2 gas. No, I played single gas. I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay, it was single gas. Yeah, of course it was.
Also was.
Yeah. This is the most brain dead build you can play as a Terran. It's not very good because it often doesn't allow you to do any damage. Like your first medevac is so late, there's going to be an extra warpin ready. So a good Stalker split is going to give you trouble. Your Raven harass comes very late. So yeah, you're basically playing a game from I think a little bit behind unless you manage to sneak in damage somehow.
I think Mana's been playing well lately. Do you think he has a good shot of maybe grabbing a map for game 2?
No? Yeah, I mean a map, sure. Hey, you can always take maps. And if Mana has a clean early game, he's very scary. I think his movement has improved massively over time. Like he is a crazy movement guy, you know? He's always in the right spot at the right time. It's wild.
Absolutely. I'm just making sure ByuN and Solo don't stop playing the other semi-final.
They didn't?
I'm making sure that they don't. So
Yeah,
I was
stop
just
them.
quiet, focusing on...
Dead in their tracks.
Yeah, stop them. Well, because I hopped to Korea and I saw they were in-game, but I think they've just hosted the lobby already.
Yeah.
They're looking for a speedy start as soon as this TVP ends.
It's a good set of games we have, actually.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, it's a good mix. Good matchups. No mirror matchup finals.
True.
Because even if we get TVT, it's not actually a TVT. Do you know if Solar makes it to the finals, it would be the first time we have a Zerg in the finals in the last 33 weeks of this event?
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
That's very ridiculous. What does that tell you about the balance in the Wardy Cups?
Tell me that none of the Zergs play.
God, I hate those guys so much, man.
Yeah, I know. What are they even doing? There's not even been big tournaments to go out and win, you know?
Yeah, it's just complaining all the time. Complain. Anyway. If you spend this much time on the forums whining, then you have no time to play the Wardy Open Cup on the Monday.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Is this number 40 today?
Yeah, number 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you imagine when you were a young boy that there's going to be 30 cups or 40 cups named after you?
No. I didn't once think anyone would name anything after me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
To be fair, no one really did. I named him after myself. It doesn't really count, does it?
I think it counts.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would count it.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
I was talking earlier about next year we might do a WardiTV LAN party. And just, you know, just make the trophy like my face or something, you know? You just get a picture of me signed if you win.
Yes, I'm sure that's going to get a lot of the Zergs to play. I bet sometimes Sarah walks past his trophy, his trophy case, and he's like, you know what I really need in here? Wardy's face on a trophy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
To
Well, no,
desecrate my holy spot. It's like you might have been capable of convincing him if it was just like a normal throw, like a cool-looking thing. You have some glass, you engrave his name into it. You know, Mr. Sotala is like, oh, that's cool. But instead,
I mean, there'd be money as well. I'm just thinking what they could lift up at the end to celebrate, you know?
Yes. Lol. I can't believe he lost his Reaper twice in a row. That is, yeah.
Let him really drop that poop emoji on him multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not okay.
Not okay.
How about you get actual Wardy for a weekend? Well, that's the price. You can level your RuneScape account. I like that. RuneScape. All right, it's gonna open up with a Cyclone. This is considered to be an anti-sentry build by the Terrans, by the way. So their goal is to deny the scouting. So he catches one already, and now he's gonna go for number 2, because there's going to be hallucination number 2 very frequently. And if you catch both of them, then it's very cool. If you don't catch both of them, it's a bit less cool. It also makes it hard to spot where the mine drop is going. So a lot of Terrans have been doing this. You can also go into like a Cyclone drop with this still, but this has just been a very common one. It's difficult for TOS to kind of figure out what's kicking off. Hallucination is going to make its way towards the bottom side. It's going to run in. Third gas on the way already as well. So I guess he wants more gas, Wardy.
More gas. Right now. It's a lot of gas now. It's a lot of gas for 2 bases.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to throw down a tech lab. I almost feel like this is going to be like... It can just be a Raven, I guess. No, it has to be Cloak. Where the hell is this gas going, Wardy? That's what I want to know.
Cloak,
what are
Banshee,
you investing in,
tank.
Clem? One more tank and Cloak and Banshee, I think. That's it. Yep. That's the right answer.
That's the math. Yep. Math out.
Look at this.
Wow, what a prediction.
2 Stalkers in the main, 2 Stalkers plus Sentry in the natural. Clem's not going to commit to it. He's afraid. The beauty of playing against Sentry builds is that you have like a little more like wiggle room with your first medevac fly-in, because you don't need to commit instantly, because Blink will not be done still later on. So you have like 2 chances. He's now going to go to the exact opposite. I wouldn't have minded if he gone in between the bases and then kind of pick one. So yeah, I love this a lot more already. He's going to actually hit the main base, drop a single one, fly into the natural. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Gets the pickup. He's too afraid to move towards the left. He's gonna floop him out. Look at that. Quick exchange. Oh, mine does die because there's an observer nearby. How many gates do we have? We have 3 gates, lots of stalkers. This is going to be a pretty committed attack here. You realize, right, Wardy?
Yeah, I mean, you're committing to all these units. You're heavy on that production, and you want to get across and do something with it. Realistically.
Yeah. How many stalkers do we have? We have 7. None of them, though, are across the map. That might be a problem. And when I say that might be a problem, I say that is a problem. He's going to try to hold this by playing 2-base Storm. I've never seen a Storm hold against a 1-1-1 type of push, because your Storm is never done. So this is a really freaking quick Storm. He's going to be ready in about 30 seconds if he throws one more chrono on it. Maybe can force the Clem siege up here on the 3rd base. and then defend with a potential Templar. Benji is gonna run in, and I think the mine is gonna run in after as well. Third is gonna get cancelled. This is good enough damage already. This push of Clem can now move back home, but can also continue going in. We still have that mine drop waiting in the main base, or near the main base. Tanks now sieging up forward. Storm is about to finish up in about 10 seconds. And here comes the mine drop into the main. I mean, there's no more energy remaining on the batteries. Double tanks are pumping these Stalkers towards Protoss Heaven. This is not looking good here for Mana.
No, he will have Storm in a moment. Maybe with some good Storms he can get the Marines, and that gives him the chance to get everything else. Clem will eat that first Storm, so the Marines get hurt, but the tank line is pretty deep at this point as well. You're going to blink forward and just try and go for it. The tanks, so many of them will just smash these Stalkers down. Templar drops the feedback as well as the Storm, which at least helps to clean up a little bit, but the damage is really already being done. The Stalker count is very, very low, and Clem is obviously committing to a very powerful army behind this because he gets his bio upgrades on the way. So he's going to be well set up to play out from this point with a good economy in comparison to Mana, who's just on 2 bases as well, and even losing power to his pylon. So, yeah, losing a slowed down charge and a slowed down immortal production. Really not ideal for our Protoss, who is falling further and further behind right now.
Yeah, very far behind. 6 more gates coming in, but, I mean, gate, cyber, pylon most likely will fall. We're gonna need some Zealot warpins, but currently we only have 2 active gateways remaining, or 3 active gateways remaining. This feels very tough. I love the Stalker run by here, though. That's a good move.
And Stalker's going to get through, and Siege Tank Marauder taking some more damage. We will continue to fight back as the Stalkers continue to blink. Another Marine or so will be going down. I mean, at least do get some cleaning up done, but again, the damage is really already there. If this Banshee can get on top of any of those Stalkers, they're all so low. Going to die in a couple of shots, which is not great.
Yeah, that's not great indeed. Combat Shield's about to finish up. Clem is still up about 20 supply. There's no third base here for Mana. Mana doesn't have any attack upgrades either, so he's behind in bases, he's behind in upgrades, he's even in workers, which means behind in economy. He's gonna be down in tech once the Ghost Academy finishes up as well, or at least I'm gonna like the tech position for Clem. So all that Clem really needs to do is not die in the next, what should we say, like 60, 70 seconds or so, and from there on out it's going to be over, theoretically.
Theoretically. We'll see if there's some major turnaround or something coming up. Coming out. It's just gonna be, I mean, everything that, I mean, if Mana had a third base up, maybe you could kind of say, you know, we're in this, but the third's just so slow. So that by the time even that gets up and starts mining, Clem is just gonna have such a massive army in comparison. It's gonna be tough.
I mean, yeah, once the ghosts are out and you have like 5 barracks pumping, like, I'm having a tough time seeing what's gonna kick off here. Benji's gonna make his way over into the main base. We'll get caught here by the 2 Stalkers. Clem, oh, missed a shot there, and as a result, oh, he's still gonna get the 1 Stalker, I guess. Not the end of the world. Mana setting up for an attack. This feels like a Hail Mary play, and if he just runs in here, he's going to get like blasted, but big time blasted. You know, ooh, actually Clem is on siege right now. If we hit a couple of big storms, is there a possibility here? This is the best case scenario here for Mana. Is the best case scenario going to be good enough? I think the answer here, Wardy, is no. GG, well played. Clem wins 2-0 and moves on to the grand finale.
No surprise on that
No
play, I don't think. Like, even when it's really good for Mana, like, it was just very over already.
Yeah. Yeah, and it never looked really good for Mana, right? So.
No. GG's.
Wow. We're going to Korea?
To Korea, yes. Hey.
Who are we hanging out with?
ByuN versus Solar.
ByuN versus Solar.
If we are allowed to log in. Important question. Have you got us any upgraded cars for Home Story Club?
No.
You're gonna be upset when yours runs out of battery straight away, mate.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying a new one. Okay, I'm not allowed onto Korea.
Yeah, no, me neither. Took a moment.
I have to relog. We couldn't verify your account with that information. What the hell?
Oh, you just click cancel and oh, let you know that it's real. Never mind.
Authentication.
Good luck.
I mean,
Oh, he's made it. You're not on my friends list anymore though, so good luck getting in the game.
I can join on Rex. I have lots of other people that are still on my friend list.
I love how Battle.net was just like, we've decided you're no longer friends.
Yeah, but I can't add you anymore either, and it
Yeah.
says he's already in your friend list.
Yeah, so I actually have a fix for this though. I have to remove you from my friend list and log out of StarCraft, then remove you from Battle.net friends while logged out of StarCraft, and then we re-add each other.
And then it fixes?
And then it fixes, yeah.
Someone also told me the fix on what happened. You know when you're constantly updating your StarCraft 2? You know why it is?
Why?
It's because if you have a replay folder that is too long to read.
Really?
So, yes, you know what often happens is people release replay packs and it will be
Yeah.
GSL Season 1, and then there will be a subfolder Week 1. And then in that subfolder will be Group A. And in Group A will be Match 1. And in Match 1 will be a folder for Game 1. And in that folder will be the game, right?
Which has also got a stupidly long name, yeah.
Yeah, so if the name is too long, the replay won't show up in your folder in StarCraft. It will be in that folder, but it just won't show up. And if that happens, your StarCraft will continuously pretend to be patching for some reason. So if you just remove all your replay folders, the patching thing is gone. How cool is that? Or you just rename all your folders to like something very small.
I do that all the time with the replays. That's maybe why I never got it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's smart.
I mean, I had replay... When I did this, I had replay packs from like 2021 still.
Some of the old ESL ones, which is like ESL Regionals, Europe,
Yeah. Those
Season
are
3.
Yeah, it's a guarantee showstopper, absolutely.
The best part is the actual name of the replay is like 500 characters long. It's like the date, the matchup, the time, all in the title.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's rough. Alright. ByuN and Solar in the second semi-final. I'm cheering on Solar. I want a Zerg finals.
Yeah, me too. No, I'm cheering on ByuN, he's my teammate. But I do want the Zerg in the finals. Sadly, these things are mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You know what I did last Saturday? You won't know.
Last Saturday?
Ask anyway. Yeah, last Saturday.
You went to see some tennis?
No, that was Friday.
Close though. There's only one day off.
No, 2 days. I had 2 days off this week.
No, I was 1 day off of what you did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had your life planned out in my head, just I was 1 day behind.
Yeah, gotcha. So I went to my friend's house and we were ready to, eat, just play some random games. And then he said, how about we try some Dungeons and Dragons? And I played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time.
Uh-huh.
I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've never talked crap on Dungeons and Dragons. People look at me, they say, oh, this guy's really cool. I bet he doesn't play Dungeons and Dragons. But, I always had an open mind for it.
That's exactly what I think when I look at you. I'm like, well, there's no way he's a Dungeons and Dragons player.
Yeah, the people were shocked when I was telling them. But I had a great time. Like we didn't do we didn't dress up or anything or use like weird voices or like spoke in like the Klingon language. It's like I'm a Star Wars. No, it's like we didn't do any of that. But it was still a good time. It's very fun. I enjoyed it, and I was thinking I could play this with my family as well. I bet it would be banging. So I'm gonna get. You have to buy these things, like the campaigns and stuff. I'm gonna look into this. But you can then download some custom-made ones as well, though. I bet they're even better. Usually the mods are always better than the real game.
Yeah. Someone was telling me about playing Dungeons and Dragons recently. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah, a lot of nerds also do it online, but I feel like it's better in person, to be honest.
Maybe this is what we should do. The night before Home Story Cup in the future. Dungeons and Dragons sesh.
I mean, yes, or on the second day when I'm out of the tournament.
No, because
I have loads of time when I'm playing tournaments to do other stuff, Wardy.
Yeah, but then we get distracted because we have to go cast and stuff,
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's never peaceful. Not like on the Thursday night.
This is a wild build, by the way. It's a 3x Reaper. This is the build that ByuN initially got his best results with. He won BlizzCon with this build in 2016 against Ark. Back then, the build was significantly better. Right now, he's killed 2 drones already, and he's looking for a 3rd drone. He's going to get that 3rd drone. Couple more links as well. Speed still 15 seconds away from finishing. This is a lot of damage here, Wardy.
It is a lot of damage. Those Reapers are doing a good job so far. Continue to apply the pressure here in these early stages. So putting some damage out. And the Reapers continue to pull back against those Queens.
I don't even think that speed is going to be as big of a showstopper as some people might think here. Like, the link count is 12 against 8 Reapers, and with ByuN's micro, that is very, very doable. If you don't grenade your own Reapers, like, these guys are pretty powerful, let me tell you. So we're gonna have 8 Reapers out. Solar still continuing to build crap over here. And the transition has already started here for ByuN. It's going into an eBay, probably for some type of like 3-1-1 drop. CC is almost done as well, and there's no third base quite yet for Solar. He is adding in 14 more links, and once those finish up, I do believe that life is gonna get tricky here for Reaper, man.
Yeah, we're going to go for the hatchery though, and that's going to be a cancel. That's great, as we do see these Zerglings looking for the wraparound. They're going to get the wraparound now. Queen's getting range as well. There's no escaping this. Even with good grenades, the Lings will get rid of all of those Reapers, and this suddenly feels so much worse for ByuN because now you have no map control for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that was not the trade that he wanted. He lost all the Reapers and killed 2 more Lings or something along those lines. 8 Reapers are very, very expensive. I'm not even sure if ByuN can hold his tech lab here. Actually, I'm pretty sure he can't hold his tech lab here. This also opens the opportunity for a Baneling bust. We're not seeing a second gas or a Baneling nest quite yet, but I believe there's a relatively large window here for a Baneling bust that could work, no?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. You've only got Marines for a long time. I think Solar's just going to be happy just taking the advantage and rolling with it, though, back at home, because I think there's been a lot of times where he probably has Bane busted ByuN in this scenario, and it still doesn't work well, because ByuN understands that kind of part of the game quite well, too, so I kind of, like, would agree, but then I feel like I've seen ByuN kind of figure out the defense for that so many times, so...
Okay, gotcha. Another thing he could do is maybe go for, like, you know the exact timing where Stim is going to finish, right? If you cancel it, you basically just add like the 18 seconds for the tech lab and then the 100 seconds for the Stim, so it's 2 minutes. What if you just go for like a very tight Ravager push? You just go across the map with like 9, 10 roaches, 4 or 5 Ravagers. So like 5 Ravagers, 5 roaches, something like that, and you just snipe the Stim once more. And then you just shoot Ravager balls from a distance. That would be high test as well.
I'd like that.
I wonder how tight it. I don't think he could make it. Maybe if he instantly threw down the Roach Horn after he cancelled it and then instantly roaches, it should be fine, right?
Probably be... It'd probably be close still, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then there's no Stim, no combat shield, and you have Roach Ravager Ling. Like, how do you lose that? Unless there's tanks, you're not losing.
Yeah, but then you just contain them on 2 bases and expand, and you should just always overwhelm them now, I think.
I don't know. Roaches also suck though, so you shouldn't forget about that. Like, you know, sometimes you see like a 1-1 Roach timing attack, and then, you know, he's like, oh, that did a lot of damage, got like 15 SCVs, and then 1-1 finishes, and the other guy has more than 3 Marines, and all of a sudden it's like, drrr. Like once the Terran starts stutter stepping into your army, that feels not good.
Yeah, you know, the point where you've already lost the game, yeah, definitely is not meant to feel good. No, I mean, if there's no Stim and combat shield for that long, though, and the Terran's on 2 bases, it's hard for them to ever get enough to really be comparable to a Roach Ravager army, no?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Okay, Infestation Pit, 650. It's not a bad timing for how stressful this early game was. Carapace on the way. I actually thought, like, looking at the setup, that we're gonna see like a Roach, like kind of a Ravager Ling attack, but the Infestation Pit makes me doubt that now.
Yeah, seems like we're just going to tech on up, move on through, get hive available, and we'll see, kind of work forward from there. We'll see if, I mean, maybe a couple of infestors. People have been adding a lot of infestors in CVT lately, actually. A couple of infestors here and there. People have been really loving that.
Yeah, the Infestor is the new Baneling. It's because you can snipe an Infestor before it deals damage. Well, you can if I'm the one controlling it, but in general, when the good Zergs are controlling it, they'll get their spells out. I made a joke. You're allowed to laugh in these situations.
I laughed internally.
Okay. It's good enough for me.
I had like a little... This is why I should have cast it with the webcam on. You would have seen the glimmer of a smile at the side of my face, you know?
Gotcha. Okay, Carapace level 2 is on the way. What the hell is ByuN doing? Is this like a triple tech lab, 2 reactor? He's just massing Marauders, isn't he? I wonder if this is going to go into an 8 Rex or not. This feels like a setup for an 8 Rex. But he doesn't have the extra barracks, and it would be extremely late at this point. Yeah. So it's like a 5 Rex, but it feels all in, you know? This is not a macro 5 Rex.
It's definitely not a, oh yeah, let's get my 4th, let's think about ghosts in the future. He wants to be able to trade with this now and trade as well as possible and just keep on going. ByuN is one of the few players that sometimes can make the mass bio no tech units work a lot of the time for way longer than they should be, so it's one of those times where with anyone else doing this it'd be doubtful, but I kind of believe in ByuN a little, and he dodges that fungal growth nicely. He's going to get on top of a hat-trick here, and that's a 4th base of Solar that just drops.
Yeah, Ling Runby is going to run into the 3rd base. So Solar's going to give up one of his bases. He is rebuilding a 4th on the left side. He needs more than just these 3-4 workers. He's going to need like 10, 12 workers. I think he'll be happy. Don't think he's quite going to get that. He's going to get 8, 9. 8 workers, not that bad. At the same time, he tries to engage into the bio tank force. That didn't work out. Loses another fungal boy as well. Ravager's now coming in. Ultra Cavern about 75% done, but then we still need chitinous plating, and then we need to build the ultras as well. That's expensive and takes a lot of time. ByuN's going to continue moving in forward. There's no fungals remaining, and without banelings, this army isn't good enough to break through the bio force. Even without the tanks here, ByuN is just stimming and winning.
GG. ByuN gonna stim it and win it. That's I mean, it's kind of scripted. We're not allowed Zergs in the finals, right? So expected result really, but kind of did come out of nowhere. I felt like Solar's position was fine, but he just kind of scuffed the fungals and did not have the numbers he needed when it came to it.
It's crazy now because he lost 8 Reapers for free, and the stim and the combat.
I guess it really was just a commitment to the 5 racks and the power right there, and Solar's just not quite ready to deal with that amount of units in that moment, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I always find it so hard to... Maybe he needed to drone heavier. Like, he was 63 for a long time, and then he went up to, like, Infestation Pit and extra stuff. Resource collection, it was fairly close till all the Reapers died, I guess. Even after that, it's fairly close. Oh, wait, I need to join the lobby. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it's useful. Made sure they waited for you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Alright, ByuN up a game. Still looking to bounce back on ley lines. See, I mean, I'm surprised if ByuN multi-racks Reapers again, because it didn't really go that well for him, so... No.
I mean, it went well at the start. If he just keeps the 8 Reapers alive, his position is crazy. I would actually do it again.
Do again.
Although this map is significantly worse for it as well. ByuN is probably the best map. Hey, whenever someone plays on ley lines, does something happen in your head or no?
Wait, what?
Like, do you get a particular song stuck in your head whenever someone gets ley lines?
Ley lines? Oh.
Do you want me to share it with you?
To ruin my life every time I cast this map?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know the Eric Clapton song Layla?
No.
Layla, da-da-da.
You get that every time you hear ley lines?
Yeah, every single time. And it gets stuck for so long. Whenever someone says ley lines, it just starts playing in my head. It's driving me freaking nuts. So I kind of want this map to be rotated out just for that. I really like the map, but it's not okay.
It's gonna be a while, man.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not even sure if the Blizzard guy still has the password for the server at this point.
Yeah, you might be screwed on that one.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. It's gonna be CC first here. What do you think they're saying? You want me to translate it on my phone?
Sure, go wild.
But you first have to guess.
First have to guess? I think Solar's saying something like, Terran's so disgusting, 8 Reapers dead, no, never punished. ByuN's like, I worked hard to play this race.
This is crazy. That's too much. I'll do cabbage. How is it? Too lucky after a lot of fun. All right.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get knocked out of the preliminaries. No writing on the Reaper. This round is scheduled to be full. I plan to do that. What the hell? Yeah, not quite sure what it means.
Great
This
talk.
didn't. I feel like I'm more confused now than before.
Great talk.
Yeah, let's do cabbage. Now he's laughing.
Yeah, I have no idea. These guys
This
always
is
talk
pretty
a lot.
relaxing if you're Solar, by the way. Like playing against CC first.
Because nothing's coming your way for a while, right?
Yeah. It's calm. It's very calm. 2 Marines though. That's also the type of stuff that would ruin my life. You know, snipe freaking Overlord. Link's gonna scout. He's gonna see the fast factory. Actually will see the fast factory. It's good info. 3rd CC goes down. We have 2-3 in gas right now for ByuN. Not feeling bad. Look how late that extra queen is.
How late is it? Is it really late?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it feels very late to me.
You know, now you've told me about the... What was it, Layla?
Yeah.
Well, I thought of a different song that would go with
Tell me.
mine. Well, but it's very similarly named, but Lila. By Oasis.
Lila?
Yeah.
Lila, pan it down. Is that it? You got me on my knees, Lila.
No, I don't think so. It goes like, hey Lila, stars about a... I'm not going to sing, I'm fucking terrible at singing.
Hey there, Delilah.
No. Yes, that's what I think of when I hear ley lines. I think of, hey there, delay lines.
Hey there, ley lines. What's it like in New York City?
Yeah, that's the one. Not really, but that's better than what I heard.
God, your brain is dumb as hell. What the heck?
I bet you could make a great StarCraft parody song with that song.
I bet we could. I bet we could. You'll be on the keys then. We can play it at the Home Story Cup on day 2. All right. Enough with the jokes here, Wardy. We're playing some Banelings. Fast lair. Well, fast. I wouldn't call this fast, but it is a lair. We're going to go into a Baneling nest as well. Ooh. Cars try to run by. It's funny to me that everyone always tries to do the run by, but almost no one is successful. You know who is very frequently successful? It's our boy Clem. Yeah.
Yeah, knew that one straight away. It's crazy, right? Just the ability, especially, you know what it is? Especially against Solo. I've seen Solo die to Clem's Hellion run by so many times. But it's not a weakness he has versus Terrans. It's just versus Clem. What do you think Clem does that makes it so effective?
I think his Hellions, they move faster and probably, you know, they like more on the edge. Yeah, more on the edge. And Solar is not the type of guy to, you know, do something wild with it. Like Shin would have 20 links around, like across the map, like running into your natural and like gnawing away at your SCVs. So it feels worse, but yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to see.
Yeah.
It feels like that a lot against Clem though, is where he'll play like a pretty standard build, and then he still has the ability to just kill you with the minor harass that the build has. And if he doesn't, it's like even. And if he does kill you, you're dead. It's like,
I mean,
he's just throwing stuff at you, and you're like one of the moles in the whack-a-mole, you know?
Yeah. But I feel like you see that a lot
you're forced into being there, and Clem is there with the hammer. And it's like, when is it my turn with the hammer? It's like, you never get the turn with the hammer. It's like, you just keep putting in the freaking coins, and you're freaking popping out, getting bopped on the head. It's a terrible time. Oh, Hellions here are gonna come with a flank. That is not usually how Hellions are used, so they're gonna die. Queens stay alive for now. These Marines are falling pretty low. The hatchery also lost a lot of HP though, Wardy. Will survive for now. New set of creep tumors coming out. This was a fine fight for Solar. I think he's okay with how that went.
Yeah, I think he's probably looking at this and saying that, you know, he didn't lose much. He got rid of the Hellions. Obviously used a few units to play defense, but he gets his 4th base up. There's not much damage on it. The Queens are still healthy. Continue to defend and look nice. He's even getting a Ling run by across the map. I believe ByuN is well walled off and reinforced, so those Lings will not find anything yet, but nice that you even have the opportunity to think about running by and counter-attacking instead. And it gives you an idea that, hey, Clem's not reinforced in this position as well, right? So you know it's just this drop of Medevacs right now.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, this is armor going to pick up right now. Like, it's gotta go. Oh, that was a nice target fire. Was that like 3 Banes or so at the end he got? That was quite a bit. And the tank position down here is also very powerful. You have like this little area near the gas, near that fort base, which is difficult if the Terran ends up getting there. But for now, ByuN's just going to set up shop over here, a little bit further away. Ling run by coming in. No, it's going to be a flank. More Banelings being constructed as well. Solar making sure that there's nothing waiting to reinforce. And now the tanks move into the spot that I was talking about earlier. Like, this spot is so hard to deal with as a Zerg player. So hard to deal with, because you can't really properly flank it.
Yep. Absolutely, as the couple of Queens go down already, so now the Marines do a little bit better. And you just pull back toward those tanks and let them fight and fire into this. Obviously, we get rid of some of the Banelings, then brilliant. We are going to be kind of lifted up right now as Clem. He's very clumped as well, so any Banes that do make those Marines are going to be huge. But man, the siege tanks with some serious protection, they held that position beautifully.
Yeah, ByuN did a great job there. He's already going up to a 4th base, 7, 8 barracks as well. We have 76 workers for Solar against the 65 for ByuN. But ByuN gets the second group out on the map. That 5th base could be in some trouble. There's no Banes pre-split. There's no Links pre-split. So we get a stim in forward. This base could be toast here. Solar's not responding to it yet. Now he's trying to run in. A single Baneling is running. Let's see. Target fire. Ooh. It was pretty late, but still gonna get it. And the 5th base will indeed fall. ByuN in a dominant position here in this game.
The Zergs, man, they're just not allowed to make the finals of this tournament. Not even allowed to get close. Crazy. But yeah, ByuN's just playing this very well and just playing a lot of good positions on the map. And the problem is that sometimes Solar can be on the edge and can kind of hang on in there, and he's so good at surviving until lurkers. He's just a mile away from it though, and he's significantly behind with units coming his way. He's not like, it's not like he's like scraping together a lurker den right now or something. I mean, he's just in a very difficult spot. A few Hydras are on the way out. There's not even that many Banelings really in this army. He needs that reinforcing round of Banes to really buff the numbers up here. But of course, Clem can just lift up back. ByuN can just lift up and back away, and come back over. I have Clem on the mind after talking about those Hellions earlier.
Okay, we have another drop now coming in. ByuN's not really microing. It's just going to pick up, stim into pick up. Loses some supply on the left side as well. I think Solar might actually be stabilizing at least temporarily. I mean, 2-2 upgrades, Adrenal Glands on the way, has his first Viper. It often feels like Solar struggles a lot to get to this army, like the Hydra, Ling, Bane, maybe a couple of Lurkers in there, probably some Vipers, but once he's there, his fights become so much better.
Yeah. It's definitely kind of a phase of the game where he's super comfortable in, but well, Widow Mines actually do go down to the Banelings as they try to burrow up, and ByuN is going to get pushed back a little bit, so Solar will find himself an opportunity to hang on in there for a little bit. But that's the Lurker Den going down. It's the absolute best thing you can deny right now is ByuN, because they're going to keep Solar hanging on for that much longer and give you a lot more opportunity to really make significant progress in the game.
+3 coming in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, ByuN's just on the 4 bases, but I wonder if he wants to kind of think about getting towards more bases with this time before Lurk's out, or if he's just going to keep firing across the map. Like, he's not slowing down to tech up or expand at all. He's throwing a CC down now, so just wondering his approach, because obviously he knows Lurkers are attempted to come through, but just being aggressive has not quite finished the game yet, so I was just thinking maybe it's time to think a bit more future focus.
Yeah, mines are going to connect a little bit with this force, but not a great. One of the things that I think ByuN has been doing poorly is keeping his mines alive. He runs very aggressively with them onto creep, and frequently before really any get to burrow, there's already a fight. And as a result, ByuN has lost 14 mines already this game, and it makes these pushes way less scary as the Zerg player. If there's like 7-8 mines spread out, fully committing to a battle is very difficult because you don't know how many mines there's going to be, what are they gonna kill, and very frequently Terran can come out with a big win out of these engagements. But if it's just Marine Marauder, yeah, Hydra, Ling, Bane, Viper, it's going to crush that, absolutely. Now we have 2 more mines in this comp, but once they disappear, that's pretty much going to be the end here for ByuN. He just hasn't been building up that factory unit count, and that is something that does worry me, because right now Solar is thinking about actually counter-attacking, and what is there to defend for ByuN? Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot at all. He's been so focused out on the map. Solar, if nothing else, he has the potential to wrap around this army as well. ByuN sees it with the Widow Mine. He sees units from the bottom right. We are going to try and roll forward, but the bottom right needs to be joined up with the top left. We do see the few Banes are just getting absolutely crushed from the bottom right side. It's the top left that has to carry Solar through a little bit. ByuN, again, obviously being able to take a fight off creep is nice. There's a few banelings left over. He's figuring out what he wants to do with the last few units, but this is just a one fight for Solar, who is going to have units left at the end. Medevac's going down as well. As painful. ByuN losing a lot of the longevity of this game and his army. And he's down 40 supply now, and again, we're at a dangerous moment because Solar is very ready to improve his tech.
Ooh, 11 lurkers, Wardy. What do we have in the anti-lurker squad here? We have 5 ghosts, 1 tank. That's it. That is all there is to deal with the lurker, and I don't think that is quite going to be good enough. If Solar is allowed to stay here and run up with these lurkers, ByuN is not just in a bad position, he's dead. He has no way of clearing 12 or 11 siege lurkers. He just doesn't have it. He's going to be forced to lose everything here at the third base, probably lose that bottom right side base as well. So this is a serious issue right now here for ByuN. He has a couple more ghosts coming in, starts Liberators at this point, but that's too late. You need to preempt these lurkers. You need to have the lips out already before they're sieged up and killing your third.
You can't kind of react to lurkers on the fly, right? You need that preparation to be there, especially if it's, you know, if you're on the other side of the map, then sure. But when they're in position on top of your base, you don't just get to kind of build a couple libs, then siege them up. The Banes are going to come over. This base goes down. The SCVs fall. And ByuN is going to be in a world of trouble as losing 2 bases pretty quickly back to back. It's not like he's set up to kind of build a ton of CCs and play super late into this game like he sometimes does. This was him who was continuing to push and be aggressive this entire time and just has not worked out. Now Lings get to this base, they're going to decide not to fight it because there is a major bio army across the map, and Solar does need to focus some defense on clearing that up. It's going to be his last challenge of this game.
Yeah, but it's going to be on creep here, so Banelings are going to be a viable option to defend it. We see them rolling in forward, a bit of a link flank coming in as well. Banelings joining in, and I think that is going to be it, as there's nothing really remaining for ByuN except, well, half a medevac filled with some units. And we have a third base that's theoretically still mining, but it's 90 workers to 57. It's not like we have 12 orbital commands that just can start plopping down mules to increase that income. The army comp is a little bit better now for ByuN than before. Like, he has more ghosts, he has some liberators, he still has just that single tank, but the sheer numbers here are going to be the issue for ByuN to deal with.
First liberators are going to try and siege up, but this Hydra's already on top of them. I just see a lot of the Hydras going down, some snipes focusing Hydras as well, and the Overseer's left behind going to get sniped as well as ByuN looks for anything he can get. Solar still has a significant supply lead, but will back it up for just a moment. Maybe gives ByuN some time to get some extra tech units out and maybe salvage a position to try and defend and hold on to. It is not pretty far Terran, but he's not had to leave just yet. His army supply is there to defend with maybe, so we'll see if he can.
I mean, that was a legit good fight, right? He killed quite a bit. He did use most of his energy on the ghost, and that scares me. Planetary here on the left, it's just not gonna finish. It's just not gonna finish. A lot of his SCVs are gonna go down. Ling run by, hits at the same time, yes. ByuN taps out, and Solar's gonna win game number 2, tying up the series 1-1.
And that means we go to game 3. This really looked terrible for Solar. But that's
awful, the worst.
Yeah. That's what Solar has happened so much in this matchup, where it's like it genuinely looks like he's about to roll over and die.
Yeah.
And then he rolls twice, so he's back on his feet, you know.
I'm not sure if you roll twice, you get back on your feet. You just did an extra roll.
No. Yeah, because you roll over and die, but then you roll over and undie. Second time.
I love it.
You get back on your feet.
The reincarnation team is strong here today. Oh.
Yeah. I can't get this song
For
out
someone
my head
that
now.
speaks 8 hours a day, it is wild the type of sentences that come out of your mouth sometimes.
I never said I was good at it. I think speaking 8 hours a day has really been a big deterrence to my ability to talk sense, you know.
Gotcha.
I probably spoke a lot more than a lot of people have in their lives. You run out of things to come out with.
Yeah, that's true. Oof.
Oof.
Persephone. What's the weather like in the great country of Britain right now?
Hot.
Yeah.
Like,
it's freaking hot here too, man.
It's not super hot because it's England still, but like, we're not designed to have any amount of heat, so.
Yeah.
It's 23 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not that bad, but it's hot in the house. I can't cool it down.
Yeah. We had like 32, 33.
Yeah.
31. Freaking rough, man. I thought I even got sunburned, despite like, you know, like lathering myself in the good stuff, but Then I looked, and I got a little bit of a tan. A bit of a farmer's tan, but
A tan?
it's a tan nonetheless, yeah.
Check you
I
out.
mean, you wouldn't be capable of seeing it, but when I take off my shirt, like I can see it, you know.
Nice. Crazy.
Yeah. It's been a while since I had a tan, so that's cool.
Who do you have your money on for game 3?
I'm not allowed to bet on any of these players as a professional competitor.
Who do you have your beliefs in game 3?
I trust ByuN. He's gonna go for a Reaper again. So he's gonna blast him.
I'll blast him with the Reapers.
Blast him with the Reaper.
What if Solar counter blasts him with the Banelings?
I actually think that's a good call. Like the counter blasting. Also, you can do like a roach all in. I think this is the one thing that is, I don't want to say it's underused because it's used quite often, but like the roach counter attacks, that's powerful as hell. Okay, I'm getting the phone out. Don't worry. I know the people want to know what the hell's going on. I was like, oh no, Harston, please enlighten us. What are they saying? Because this seems like an interesting conversation. Dude, my phone is so crap. Holy cow. Recommend a chicken menu, fried food, and then Solar said seasoning.
Uh-huh.
He said Wu Samsal.
Uh-huh.
ByuN said I like seasoned sirloin. My phone isn't great at translating this right now. Where are you going? They say they eat chicken. Don't do it really. And then Solar says goat. Chicken goat. Oh, it's like the chicken is the goat, I guess.
I'm gonna see
Kentucky.
if my
ByuN says Kentucky. Kentucky, KK. KK.
laughing. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, like the Kentucky Fried Chicken, not the state.
Not the state. Isn't that all
It's
that?
a state, right?
Isn't that all they're known for? Kentucky? It's a yeah, it's a state that's like in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not
Does
the
it
middle of
look like the
nowhere,
chicken as well? I remember it looks a bit like a
It
chicken.
looks like
that's
a
how I used to
chicken?
remember it. It's like
What's
a fried
that?
chicken piece. Yeah.
Oh, I guess it could maybe be seen as like a chicken leg or something, maybe like a drumstick.
Yeah, like a chicken piece. That's how I always remembered it when I was
Yeah.
learning like the U.S. states.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
You did that.
So
You
that was
learned
like
the
my-
U.S. states.
That was my donkey bridge, you know?
Yeah, donkey bridge. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Azel brew.
The Ezelbrug. Exactly.
Has that served you well in life?
I forget them, and I frequently like relearn them.
No, I specifically mean knowing that Kentucky looks like a piece of chick.
No, it hasn't come in help. It hasn't even come up in conversation yet until now, and I kind of had to force it, so it wasn't great. Oh, queen goes down. That is not good.
Oh,
Yeah, end it.
insane players.
Yeah, speed is late, but at least the third base gets up. That is something as well.
And hey,
No. When was it built? When did you build it? I guess he's talking about the hatchery, but you can just kind of reason back now. You see the HP and then figure it out.
yeah, probably.
ByuN not known for the math. Oh, he's going into Heli and Heli in here. In that case, something like... yeah, a lot of things are just worse as a result.
A lot of things are just worse.
Yeah, like Baning Bust or something like that, right? It's worse. And also, it's pretty scary to go for...
Well, he only went
for like
three
roach
Reapers.
attack, because what if it's like a veggie? But he's actually gonna go for a roach attack here. You see, second gas, roach run about to finish. He's gonna pump some roaches right now. So, and there's no banshee, so it's actually fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is creepy, man. If he sees the roaches, what do you think the right response is? Do you swap the factory onto the tech lab? That feels weird, right? Killing Stim?
Yeah, I don't think that works.
Oh! He 100% saw that.
I mean, he's gonna bunker out the front. He's gonna try and protect the tech lab. He's gonna bunker behind as well. Starport just starting. I think this is one of those scenarios where as solo you're just gonna have the chance to get some kills in and like deny the infrastructure a bit at the front, but like it's gonna be very hard to break through the wall and get in on any sort of reasonable timing frame, you know?
Yeah. I think it's actually correct as well here to throw the super depot on the depot in front already, you know? Kind of preemptively. I don't think it's a mistake. He also should probably pull a couple of SCVs to heal that bunker if he can. This is a good start as that bunker finishes up. Clearing that is going to take some time. Bunch of links going down. And a lot of time here being wasted. Stim still 20 seconds away, so it's just going to die. Like, that's the reality of things here. Roach count is good. Links in the back. Now gonna clear that stim. That was big. That was very big. Of course, Solar doesn't know when it's gonna finish, so he kind of has to hurry for it. He's gonna throw some bile onto this bunker. We get the SCVs to come and repair as well. Single medevac on the way, but there's not going to be stim. 1-1 upgrades, even without stim, are still quite big though.
Yeah, just having the upgrades in general gives the Marines a good chance to fight, and especially against those links, should be able to clean those up pretty nicely as we will try and buy off some SCVs there. Just get the bunker, gives you a chance to keep going. The links are going to kind of slide through, and we'll see if they want to commit. There's a chance for them to get something of a surround here. Medevac lifts up a bunch of units. That's not great, because that means you're now going to be without those able to fight during this, and ByuN is getting overwhelmed a little bit. There's 5 Ravagers here. They are not going anywhere. They are going to provide so much damage. GG is called, and Solar is going to make it to the finals.
Do you think if he doesn't lift up and, you know, runs a bit faster to the ramp, he might be okay? Like,
yeah,
not, right? It's still rough.
It's tough, but like at least then you could maybe get the links choked up a little bit. They don't surround as much. I think the problem is 5 Ravagers is going to be difficult to kill without any links in front, and the Ravagers do a lot of damage. So
yeah, and he has no more production. Like all the production was downstairs. He had
everything's
3 barracks downstairs.
Yeah,
or 2 barracks downstairs, 1 factory, 1 starport. Yeah, I feel like if you have like a reactor and like a factory pumping in the main base, like you can kind of give up your net for a bit, but not like this, bro. Oh, that sucked for ByuN, but good for the people that like Zerg.
Well, did you know that I reckon Solar must be the most, the player who's featured the most in the semifinals of this tournament that never made the finals.
Really?
He's been in the semifinals 12 times.
12 times semifinals. Hear that, guys?
It's crazy. I honestly, I can't get over the fact that this is actually our first time having a Zerg in the finals since October. Like,
that's wild.
That is a little bit absurd, no?
I mean, that is very absurd. I don't know what to tell you. What server are we going to? America?
America.
Do you know what song I always think of when I switch to this server?
Yeah, I could have a guess. But the real question, what song do you think of when you switch to Europe? Or are there just any other maps that get you thinking of songs?
There's no other maps that have me thinking of songs.
Not a single one?
No, not really. No, not really. I'm sorry.
Sad. Do you think Solar can beat Clem?
Do I think Solar can beat Clem? You mean, like hypothetically, or?
Like in this upcoming best of 5, is that possible?
It's possible. It's just
like
unlikely. You want me to put in the numbers?
I'm putting in the numbers myself.
Share with the class, please.
Clem is on a 6-match win streak against Solar, but has lost some maps to him fairly frequently.
Yeah, 3-2 in the last time as well. And the last time they played is a while ago. I heard Solar's been improving steadily.
Yeah, I think
Clem also has been improving steadily. The verdict is a large advantage for Clem, by the way.
Well, I guess the verdict would be like 85% Clem.
Yeah.
But no, what is it?
Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
It just had large advantage, Clem.
Oh, it doesn't give you a percent?
Well, it's 76. Oh, I just wrote best of 1 though, actually. I'll change that. That's very tricky. Need to go back. Okay, for best of 3, 85%.
85%?
Yeah.
What I said.
Yeah.
This is a best of 5.
Oh, it's a best of 5.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
90%.
90.8. Yeah. Yeah, this is not good.
Is it West Central West or Central West Central? Great question.
Wardy loves EU more than Korea. True. He wishes he was part of EU. but he got kicked out. Brexit. Brexit. This week is Central, West Central. Next week, why is Solar complaining? He never made it in the final.
Well, maybe this is why, because he never read the rules. Everyone's having some fun today, aren't they?
Yeah, we're on a good mood. It's because it's Monday.
It's Monday. It puts you in a
Yes.
good mood.
And every pro gamer got the weekend off.
Weekend off.
Because the lag hackers had been active.
Oh, I see.
I've been
well,
laddering.
well, you know, some people came and played the qualifier yesterday.
I wasn't aware of that. You
Yeah,
can just
you never are.
sneakily host a qualifier on a Sunday. Usually Sundays are for playoff dates for you.
Right, but nothing was happening yesterday. It was GSL playoffs, so
Okay.
and nothing happens. No one ever runs anything in European time anymore, so I can just do it whenever I want, you know.
That's true. Was it on the WardiTV Monday that Clem and Solar played a match on a wrong patch a few months ago?
I don't think that was a Monday. I think that was actually in the patch tournament. They forgot to play on the right patch.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. To be fair, it's tricky to remember to host.
Yeah, especially when you naturally host like Game Hard a lot or something. So
Yeah. It's. I can't blame the guys.
it's easily done.
It is very, very easily done. Ooh, Solar, what a beast! You see that? 15 hatchery here.
Wow.
Should we do introductions and everything?
We can do. You go wild.
No, we do crazy introductions.
Crazy introductions. Give me an example.
Yeah, it's the grand finals.
Yeah, it is.
How much money is in this tournament?
$400.
$400.
$200
What is that
for
in
first
Korean
place.
won?
Korean won. That's like
Yeah.
4,000, no?
Okay. In this 4,000.
Oh no! Hold up, 500,000.
500,000.
Yeah.
In this 500,000 currency tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a grand finals between in the top right spawning as our red Zerg playing for Team Falcons. It is Solar.
He could be half a millionaire after this. Crazy to think of. As in the bottom left, a Blue Terran player from Team Liquid, world champion. He's been on the highest of stages, but can he win a WardiTV Monday against a Zerg in the finals? We've never seen him play this matchup in this stage before. It is Clem.
Ooh, Clem versus Solar in the grand final of the WardiTV Monday number 40. Lots of money on the line. Both of these guys are ready to go absolutely ham here. As we see Solar opening up with a gasless build order. Wardy, what do you think of that?
Game paused.
Well, I think Clem's not very happy about it. He's going to pause. But it is kind of interesting to go gasless, isn't it? Just try and play a bit of greed early, late lane speed, and take some risks to try and get into a little bit of a lead early on and take some edges against Clem, a player who you typically expect to, want any edge against. But I think the problem is that Clem will take advantage of that. We talked in the last series about him diving in with Hellions against Solar, but this really opens the door for that to happen more, no?
Hold that thought as we have some nice micro here with these drones. Oh, loses one actually, so not nice micro at all. Not a noob. Unbelievable. The reason why you said here that it's going to be harder for him to deal with the cars, but I actually think it's easier to deal with the cars.
Really?
So when you open up with
Things.
gasless, you want to go into a roach warren and a wall. So I think the initial car run bys are actually a little bit more simple to deal with because you just have a unit in there, and as long as the Reaper doesn't bounce you away, you're usually going to be fine.
Okay.
So I always feel gasless is it's a good build to get to like a stable situation majority of the time, as long as you don't make any major mess ups, because the roaches they make life, they kind of simplify it a little bit for you.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Clem's playing 2 Rex. I think this is one of the worst builders that you can do against this particular opener.
Because the roaches should be pretty sturdy. It's hard to get like any efficiency off the 2-racks when the roach count is there, right? So
yeah, it's like you can actually just drone up to whatever drone count you want. You don't even need like 4 roaches. You can get like 2 or 3 or whatever, or none, and just defend with pure queen for a little bit, and you should be fine. We don't actually see any rotorn or an evo chamber being built quite yet. He's instead gonna go for link speed. So I mean, this is just very risky. You said it's gonna be riskier. I thought he was gonna go for a rotorn, but he didn't. Instead, we're just gonna have a Casless into speed, which is, I think, a little bit more rare.
Yeah. See, this is why I would think it's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, now it's very dangerous, and
now
it's actually quite greedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I accidentally say the right thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still going to be good, I think, for Solar, as long as he doesn't lose like 30 drones right now. Like, look at his work account. It's already going to go up to like 48 or so. He's not really losing a whole lot. Reaper is going to stay alive for Clem. Stim is about halfway done, and we get the swap onto the reactor. So Medivacs will be out at about 5. That means they fly across the map like at 5:20 or so. That's when we need to have units out. That's when we need to be ready for that first attack coming out of the Terran. It's going to be 6, 7 queens total. 5 can be at the front, and then 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. And we're going to need a decent link count as well, of course.
Yep, we're going to need a lot of those links to make sure we can just hold on. Obviously, the Medivacs will be popping soon, so aggression is coming. And as we have the current hunting on the other side, going to be a Overlord going down. The Queen step forward to try and push the Hellions back a bit, but they need to be careful. Got to stay in position on that creep and not dart too far forward as we go Carapace upgrade initially, and Clem's army begins to step out onto Ultra Love.
Yes, and this first defense is the most important one, right? If this goes completely wrong here for Solar, it's going to be in a bit of trouble. We get him smacking these Marines around. One of them actually takes significant damage. Get a stim in right now. Links need to come from the back. First transfuse is good. And we're going to get a pickup. This was a perfect defense here out of Solar. Fort base on the way as well. 20 more links now coming out. Combat still 60 seconds away. I think Combat and Carapace are going to finish at about the same time, but 1-1 for Clem is much later. So I think Solar is extremely happy with this early game. He also still has the ability to run by. Yes, there are some Hellions out, but it's only 2. So if you send out enough links, no Banshees, maybe you can actually do something here. His Overlord's in a world of trouble. Fort base needs to survive. This is important. Links are going to run in to try and deal some damage. I think they clear maybe half a Marine here. Creep spread resets as well as Bailing speed starts. Do we have a second Evo? Yes, a second Evo on the way. Are we going to go straight into Infestation Pit? What do you think?
Not actually sure what he wants to go into next. I mean, it feels like maybe that's a good choice because obviously we're Lingbane heavy and going to be for a while. So if you're just going for Station Pit, you stay on the Lingbane, get that Hive Tech on the way through. I mean, he's really focusing Carapace upgrades, which kind of feels like you just want to get to Ultras quickly, no?
Yeah, it could also be like a super anti-Adrax play, because this map is really popular to go into Adrax. I'm playing pure Lingbane, maybe into some type of Hive with good Carapace upgrades. Ain't all that bad against the Adrax. As Queen's now moving off of creep, it's always a little bit scary when Zerg players do that, because when they're not on creep, they can transfuse one another, and they tend to be quite vulnerable. Of course, +1 Carapace is going to help. Solar is still stuck on like 70, low 70s workers. Or he's going to be stuck on low 70 workers. One Queen almost falls. Clem hasn't really lost a whole lot, though. He's lost a single Marine. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's impressive to be out on the map so long. He was fully surrounded by Lings, but like you said, not much actually going down. He does not find any target fire on the Banelings right there, so not able to succeed on that one as the Medivacs peel away over to that right-hand side. We do have ourselves the 1-1 upgrades about to finish up from Clem, so he will have that in his favor for the next few moments as he continues to stim in and look for some chances. Gets a drone. It's a Queen up for grabs right there. He is going to get that as well, and he can lift up and still leave without losing anything.
Yeah, but these two Medivacs up there are actually pretty low already in energy. The Medivacs on the right side are pretty low on health. So Clem does need to be careful. Queen's moving into position. Gonna smack one Medivac out of the sky there with the dart. As Solar rockets up to 162 supply right now. Pure Lingbane out here. 83 drones. Hive about halfway done. Hydra then coming in too. We have Pneumatized Carapace. So I'm actually really starting to love the spot here for Solar. He's managed to survive the early game and even carve out, I wouldn't necessarily call it a lead, but actually I would call this a lead. He is in a bit of a lead here, Wardy.
Yeah, I like it. Lots of good defense. A little bit of cleaning up being done. He's getting good establishing on his bases, keeping them alive, and he's starting to get creep out in front of them as well to make it difficult for Clem in the future. His left side could, yeah, just need to do with a little bit of creep right there just to stop that kind of run-in happening so easily, but otherwise, he's looking pretty good. Of course, Clem's not going to let this position continue to grow easily. He's going to deny some creep on that right side. He's trying to drop in for some damage on the left, getting a few drones, and that is going to slow Solar down as we have a larger push on the right still going, and some of the Bane's going to get cancelled. Solar will have Banes to still jump forward. Widow Mine's going down. Some Widow Mine shots do go off. The ones on the right do not, though. They get denied by the Baneling connections. And Solar setting up well initially. Can he keep this defense rolling? I think so, honestly.
Yeah, 2 Vipers also on the way. And once these Vipers come out, obviously medevac drops are going to be a little bit weaker, but also tank positioning is going to be a little bit weaker. There's only 2 tanks and 3 mines out. Here comes the attack with the flank out of Solar. Tank is going to fall. Can these Banelings connect with the Marines? The answer there will be no, as we get a pickup, but this was a solid cleanup here coming out of Solar. Hydras are trying to push a little bit too far forward. Need to be careful without the speed upgrade, the muscular augments. It's always very tricky to be off creep. And even on creep, it's pretty tricky. These guys are slow as hell. Gonna get a lurker then out. Where's the Vipers, Wardy? I'm not seeing them.
Yeah, Captain NG in the main base. So just taking a moment to get powered up and ready to spellcast in the upcoming fights. Likely to be very potent. Marine's going to stem up that right-hand side, so they're going to go for that little bit of a push forward here. And again, just threatening. Clem constantly keeping a couple of different groups of units on the map active at any point in time, right? So Solar always has to have that split ready and that kind of position on both sides ready to go.
Yeah, Clem is kind of in a transition phase right now, though. Like, he wants to get into more powerful units. He wants to be adding in extra command centers. And if Solar can push away one side and then maybe go for a counterattack either onto the 4th base to try and clear that or the 3rd, I think that is going to be the main goal here. Vipers can be helpful with the parasitic bombs or even with some abducts on medevac. I think both sides are kind of being pushed. Clem is going to pull the top side army back home, though, with this triple medevac run by. Mine is going to burrow as well. Gets a decent hit there, actually. Yeah, so yeah, once again, Solar, he's just busy chasing medevacs right now, and that is exactly what you want as the Terran while you're building Ghost, while you're adding in more CCs, you're building up your mine count, maybe adding an occasional tank as well. As long as the Zerg is on their side of the map, that's fantastic for you.
I'm just going to see the parasitic bomb is going to be good, and we get rid of another medevac. So again, Solar able to keep Clem pushed back, and you know what's really wild to me is that I feel like it's so rare you see Solar get to this position without having so much more trouble. You know, usually I feel like Solar is dying as he gets to the lurkers, and this time he gets to the lurkers super comfortably, really, right? Like, he's not being put in too much pressure or trouble, so a little bit scared for Clem, because this feels like Solar at his absolute strength without having to have struggled to get here. Should be very scary to play against. That said, obviously Clem is setting up into extra ghosts and everything else for the later stages here. We'll see if Solar can deal with this high-tech Terran army.
Yeah, I think Solar does want to kind of refresh the energy there on those Vipers. Baneling count is very solid. There's a lot of cash in the bank as well for a lurker transition with seismic spines already being done. Here come the Banelings now rolling forward. Can these mines help out? They get some shots off, but not the biggest connections, to be quite honest. A lot of Banelings still around, more mines in the back. Clem continues kiting, but he's actually losing a significant portion here of his force. Parasitic bomb now coming down on a full medevac. Second medevac being hit as well. That's a lot of damage on these guys. Mines are going to connect in a big way. That's going to lower the Bane count by quite a bit, but Solar has a lot of cash in the bank. He's kind of lacking in the larva count, though. He only has 7 out right now.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit scary in that regard. Just see extra round of Banes on that left side. So we're going to try and keep the aggression coming towards Clem's bases. Clem's obviously been the one on the other side of the map all this time. Now it's Solar's turn to kind of bring himself onto Clem's side of the map.
Yeah, Banelings do get spotted here, though. Single mine moves in forward, or at least Clem is moving a portion of his army there. We don't have any lurkers on the map yet. I don't think it necessarily would have been a bad call. There's 0 Liberators out. The tank count is at 1, and we have 4 ghosts. Actually very similar to what ByuN versus Solar was. But Solar says, hey, I actually want to stick with my Ling Bane Hydra Viper for a little bit longer because I think I can kill more. And here he comes. Hydra count is phenomenal here, by the way. I think it's like 18 or so. Parasitic bombs are going to come in. Vipers are being used. No EMP on them before that. 1 Blinding Cloud, 1 Parasitic Bomb. This was a really good fight for Solar once more, clearing a bunch of workers, but also just trading while he has a bank. And that is exactly what you want as the Zerg. Clem is going to push this back, does not want to allow his opponent to morph Banes aggressively. So these are going to be defensively on creep, as Clem is actually going to be pushing in here right now, Wardy. I don't think he can stay much longer, though.
No, I mean, you get a chance to push back a little bit. You get a couple crew teamers, but get away sooner rather than later is typically going to be the play right now. As you do see Marines, Medevacs, and Ghosts still in that production tab, and even more lurkers starting to come through here from Solo as we get those numbers up, and we are going to have 11 of them popping onto the map to take a lot more control in this game. Top left base going to go down though, so Clem gets a grab there. Solo also going to try and expand bottom right. Really wants to encapsulate the map in creeping bases right now, so we'll continue to try and hit those expansions up, and Clem will continue to deny them as Solo going to dive through the middle. Obviously, if you get in position here with those lurkers, this becomes very scary for Clem.
Yeah, there's still some rocks that can be pounded down though by the Terran. There's something we need to keep in mind, as yeah, rocks are gonna fall here due to the lurker splash, I think, even. And we have a lot of lurkers out, and if they manage to teleport over these rocks, I think Clem would just be dead. Like, he just doesn't have the ghost count, really. We get a couple of abducts in as well. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And that's, well, that's the ghost that had energy as well. So now the lurkers will move in forward. There's still a lot of Hydra Bane. I think Clem is in a world of trouble here.
Yeah, it does not really look great. I mean, Solo should just be able to kind of keep moving up. He does have money in the bank as well, Clem. An attempt to get to a fusion core as well, which is great in the long run, but does not exactly help him in the foreseeable future, which is the right now of these lurkers stepping up and moving in. There's just not a lot of snipes available, and there's a ton of lurkers left. This mineral line completely killed off, and then Solo could move to the left side and deny that base, and that would reset Clem to a 3-base scenario, while obviously Solo is extremely comfortable on economy. It's just been a very well-played game from Solo. He's kept himself in a great position throughout. Let's see if he can put some finishing touches on this, because it's definitely continuing to trend in his favor.
Oh, 16 Marines are coming in right now. That will perhaps allow Clem a little bit of time to try and get some type of defense going. Lurkers are still burrowed. They're not on hold fire. That might have been something, but maybe Clem was aware anyway, so perhaps not the greatest call. 4 lurkers still active, denying that third base, or potentially at least zoning away the army here. We get a couple of snipes in. Marines now moving forward as well. There's no banelings here in the mix. I think this is a bad fight for Solar Wardy. Oh no. After so many good fights, he's going to take a very, very poor one here. All lurkers go down. No banelings to defend against the Marine walk-in. We do have a lurker that's going in for a run by towards, I guess that's the 5th. But Clem survives. Clem is maxed out, and Clem has 14 ghosts and 12 mines, Wardy. I think the madman might have just done it.
Yeah, it was just a poor fight from Solar, and it completely resets the advantage and the momentum he was playing with. Now Clem, a little bit of time for himself to recover, and while Solar gets maxed out, add some infestors on, it's just definitely a little bit of a... It feels bad, because you know you're in a good position, you know you'd kind of worked hard to get into that spot, and now you're just kind of, again, forced to reset a little bit and go and build from the ground up once more.
Yeah, I think the move away with his entire army to deal with those 16 Marines was a little bit much in my mind, as now Clem is trying to burst down that 6th base on the bottom right side. We have a Marine drop that is actually being F2'd back home as well from the top left. Fungal is going to connect, that is a big deal. We have a Viper still nearby. Can we get something with that Viper? Can we get another Fungal? Ooh, connecting with a lot of these ghosts. That is a big deal. I think that might actually just be it there.
Yeah, that was huge, as we're even going to get the medevac with a few Marines inside of it, so a great abduct as well. We're going to be heading over and deciding which base you want to attack into. Do you just keep chasing this army? Solo says yes, but he's a little afraid going up that ramp, so he turns back over here. This is just an orbital. Widowmine gets quite a few lings, but there's a very good chance you can continue to deny, and if not, you can also maybe jump on that army again if it comes down the ramp and away from the choke that he was afraid of pushing into before. Solo again to pick and choose his battles now, still has money in the bank beyond this as well, and a little bit of a misclick of a Hydra lunge there, but everything is looking confident as it just backs away, morphs in a lot more Banes, and I like that, because that should, if anything, be enough to really shove through this army that's left over.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake he made last time when he just didn't have enough Banes. This time he is making those safety Banes, so even if he were to be pushed back, you have the Banes to kind of fall back onto. Hydra Ling versus these choked up Marine Ghosts is not necessarily a great fight, but if you're up this much in supply, it doesn't matter. Solar's gonna take game number 1 here on Ultra Love.
Micro GG, says Clem.
Micro GG?
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Messed up.
Yeah, it really is. Big win though, huh?
Big win. That's awesome for Solo getting that first game. We'll be heading into game 2 in a second. I'm not sure what the maps are. Did they veto in private? I think they vetoed in private, so...
Wankers.
Not sure the maps. But we'll, that also means I don't have to host, you know?
Yeah, that's, I mean,
gives me
that's nice. But
gives me a minute off.
another thing we shouldn't forget is that this was on Central, because it is Central, West, Central, West, Central.
As Solo really wanted to point out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Wardy loves us fucking Europeans more than
Mate,
Koreans.
I literally changed the rules for him. Like, he asked me, he said, I don't think it's fair, and I was like, okay, I'll fix it. You know how you came to me with the server problem, and I was like, I'll fix it?
Yeah.
I did this for Solo, and then he didn't even notice. But I changed this like 3 months ago. And he's been playing Central.
It's really uncanny how little you take, like, unnecessary fights.
Unnecessary
I think if I were you, I probably would have fought back.
Yeah?
Like, stop whining so much, you know?
Oh, it's a fair thing. They play Central West every week, like, predetermined, like... You know,
yeah, sometimes you just have to stick to bad rules, though, just to stick it to the players, I think. You know, that's, I think it's completely fine. Like, if you would have told me to pound sand, I also would have been like, yeah, whatever. You know, it's fair play. ESL's been telling me to pound sand for 15 years now. Like, Wardy can start. Like, it's okay. Take over where they left off.
My favorite part is you complain, then you win. Maybe that's the trend. You complain, then you win anyway.
I told him I want to play on Europe, the final map.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he played Europe. We did Central, Europe.
Well, maybe because most people are reasonable. They just, you know, they understand that.
Yeah, but I don't like forcing other people. It should be in the rules, you know?
I'll put in the rules just for you.
Yeah, I like that. What a successful first game that was for Solar, man.
Yeah, it was a really good early game. He kept it going in the mid game. He had like one bad moment, that fight where it felt as though he maybe kind of gave up a little bit too much, right? But otherwise, he played a very, very solid just game from start to finish.
It wasn't like... Yeah, it was a bad fight. I was gonna say, like, it felt for a moment, actually, that Clem took back control. And usually when Clem takes control, he doesn't really let it go. You know what I really believe? Is that the build that Clem played, like the 2-1-1, I think he might overrate it. I feel like his win rate with that build is lower than with almost any other build that he plays. It's my theory. I haven't actually checked the stats on it, but I feel like it's correct.
I can understand why he likes it, because I feel like it's all the things that Clem should like, right? Where it's like fast medevacs, map control, I get to micro the Marines very quickly and early on, but I kind of understand with you as well. Like, Clem actually finds so much success with just controlling the game with Hellions that it's not like he needs to kind of play into that so much, especially nowadays, so...
I mean, imagine you're faster than everyone, right? So you have better multitasking. Like, Hellion Banshee is very powerful in that case. Even if you don't get too many kills, usually your position is fine. The problem with, like, the 2 Hellion into double Marine drop is that as a Zerg player, you know what to build and when to build it. Like, there's no... It's not dynamic at all, right? The way that you drone up, the way that you do stuff is way more static. It's like, okay, I can go against the first 2 Hellions, I need 10 links, and then I don't need anything but drones until, like, I don't even know what the number is, like 57. I can get carapace +1 and a decent layer timing, and that is how we should play it. Like, there's way less input. Well, I think Clem probably ideally wants more things to happen, right? Because his macro is crazy, his multitasking is very good. Like, if I were Clem, I'd be just throwing stuff at people the entire day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, there's obviously reasons why he plays it, because he's a diverse gamer. He is.
Do you think he just values the mix and the builds up more than anything else?
Yeah, except I think this is like a mix-in where it's not really a surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing... Like, if I imagine I'm playing Pros versus Zerg, and I open up with a Void Ray in game 1, and I go Tempest Rush, and a Void Ray in game 1, I go Glaive Rush. Like, that's kind of usefully mixing it up.
Yeah.
But if game 1, I open up with 2 Oracle into Blink, and game 2, I open up with, like triple Void Ray into Dark Shrine, then these builds kind of get judged on their own merit in a way, because they're different things. Like, you're not playing any mind games on your opponent in any way. Like, you just show something different.
Yep, makes sense.
That was poorly explained, but I hope my point got across anyway.
Yeah, honestly, it started off really well, and I feel like he lost it halfway through.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next time you'll nail it.
Yeah, next time I'll nail it. I'll get another chance at this. Next week, when I'm out in the round of 8, I will join you. I'll have the perfect setup. All right.
Round of 8. Are people traveling next week?
Where will we be traveling to?
Well, if you're going to make round of 8, there must be no one signing up.
Well, I made round of 8 this week.
Yeah, but 2 weeks in a row is a bit pushing it a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, pushing it. Push you down the stairs next time I see you. Unbelievable.
Gonna watch over my shoulders every time I go down that basement in Home Story.
Yeah, you should. It's dangerous there. Many people have fallen there. You don't know what happens. People trip all the time when they walk in front of me. It's a long set of stairs to fall down, Marty. Let me tell you that.
Steep as well.
It's gonna be Benchy, by the way. 6 Hellion, 5 Hellion. Ooh, 5 Hellion Benchy is one of the rare ones. Oh, he built a mine.
It's a bit interesting.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I guess it's anti-run by, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Just leaves at the front.
I like it, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah.
If Clem does it, it's hard to disagree, you know?
Yeah. No, it really is.
Could this be one of those moments where he just accidentally made a mine?
Yeah, you're trying to read something into
yeah,
it.
and he's just like, he just fat-fingered the button, you know?
Yeah. It's like at a fashion show and someone pisses themselves, and then the fashion guy, oh, look at that. Beautiful difference in color in those pants. Like, well, that's piss. Double Benchy flying into the natural right now. Hydran's already on the way. Overseer, not quite there. Ooh, that was a missed target, actually. Probably could have done that a little bit better. He's now going to start shooting the Hydra then. If he gets that, I would be sick, but fairly unlikely. We have a bit of a queen flank from the left side. It's just a single queen, though. Actually needs to be pretty careful there, because a single queen against 2 Banshees can be bad. It's going to try to run back right now. It's a transfuse in time. Yes, it is. Second transfuse necessary. He's not there. Banshees will both stay alive. Did not deal as much damage as I thought they would. And we're going into an 8-Rex as well.
Yeah, going to be very aggressive out of Clem. He was always one of those players who would 8-Rax a lot, but he'd also very frequently kind of 8-Rax, then be like very quick to build the 4th afterwards and be like, okay, I'm happy already. So we'll see how he approaches this one as the extra barracks come through. And it feels like a big map to be 8-Rax now, no?
I think this is an anti-mind game, or it's like a mind game that he plays. So in the past, what Clem would do on this map very consistently is he would play straight mine. So he would skip all tanks and go straight mine. So Zerg players, Serral at Bellum Gens Elite, played pure Hydra against him on this map. Or like a Hydra opener, which is really good against it. And that's what we see Solar do here as well. And I think if you're playing against Hydras and you open up with tank into 8-Rax, technically the Hydra player should die 100% of the time. So Clem won the build order war here. Now, of course, theory isn't always what ends up happening, but when it is Clem who wins the theory battle, usually you're in a bit of trouble.
Well, I was getting a good jump on that. Honestly, I feel like they could have right-clicked the Medivac a little bit sooner, but as Medivacs will get pushed back, low HP, but alive, as the Hellions try and poke in on the other side as well. To no real success so far, just a single creep tumor. And Clem starts his combat shield armory on the way, so that's pretty late for the 2-2. You know, we've been 1-1 for a few, a little bit right now, so a delay from what it could have been. And you have an Infestor out as well to help try and solidify your defense here when this massive Terran army shows up.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Centrifugal Hook's not done yet. Ideally, Solar gets a little bit of a fight here before anything, too big happens with a fungal or so before the army is split. Combat shield isn't done yet either, but I mean, these Marines are just bursting through the Hydras. We have one more fungal in there, and the Marines still don't have combat shield. Ooh, Clem is being very aggressive right now with the tanks as well.
Yeah, just because that one on the left siege dub does not go down. Was very close to, though. That would have been huge for Solar to remove some of the siege positioning from Clem in this scenario. As we are going to dive in again as the tanks are sieging. The fungal on the right side could have been huge, and it does go down, but the Banes do not have speed, and they're stuck behind Hydras. And Clem is just going to straight up power his way through this rampant. I mean, Banes are rolling in and not even reaching the army. That one did connect on the top side, and the Hydras may start to make a bit of a defense. So in the end, Sol actually does better than expected because it was looking terrible for him. Clem still going to be trading out nicely, though. The Queens go down. The Hydras are not going to be strong enough to stand on their own. They can't really take damage, Hydras. And so Clem is going to break up into this base, and have a very powerful punch back in this series.
I mean, and this was even while forgetting combat shield, right? Like, imagine he has combat shield in time. Like, this is gonna be the most one-sided battle in the world. So, yeah, it's very tough if you open with such a heavy Hydra count and you just don't have the bailing speed done quite yet. I mean, we still see Solar trying over here, but Clem is just gonna keep moving in forward. Has one tank in the back still. Loads and loads of Marines with the 1-1 upgrades. Banshees as well, dishing out a lot of damage. Tanks are on siege, and I think it's time for Solar to start making a plan for map number 3, because this didn't work.
Yep, GG is going to be called, and both players will successfully win a map on their opponent's server to start off this series, as we tie up 1-1. Clem getting the revenge there, and we'll stop Solar from getting away with this series a little bit. So nice little job on that as we ready ourselves up for game 3. We'll see what map is up next for us.
Is it ley lines? Hey there, ley lines.
I'm going to think of this every single time now. I haven't listened to that song in so long as well. It's actually in my head already.
What is it? Plain white tees?
Yeah, it is. You can't just say, hey there, ley lines, though. You gotta say, hey there, delay lines.
Hey there, delay lines.
So stupid.
So stupid. Oh, best 5.
Get that scoreboard set up. You good?
I'm so good, man.
Good job. Proud of you.
What's the chance that Solar's gonna go gasless again?
I'd say fairly high, because it really worked in game 1. I feel like he's like, well, that worked nice, let's just try that one again. I don't think that's a crazy concept for him to go for.
Yeah. This is the classic, it worked, so we should do it again.
Yeah. If he does go for it again, what do you think Clem should switch up to give himself a better setup against it?
What do you think Clem should switch up to get a better setup against it?
What should Clem do if he can figure it out?
I mean, I think just there's a build order, like a build order difference. So there's a couple of things I think that are quite nice. If you scout it fast enough, I think you can probably low ground expand with the 3rd CC. Because there's no real threat coming out across the map in time to cancel it. So that's going to save you quite a bit of flying time. It's like 2-3 SCVs or so, 2 SCVs maybe, something along those lines. Which is honestly quite a big deal. Maybe slightly faster mining time on the 3rd as well, so less oversaturation. And this is more personal experience from the Zerg side of things, but I think Hellion drops are really tricky to deal with when you play this, because your queen count, if you go into the Roach setup, your queen count is quite low. So it depends a little bit what the setup is going to be. I don't know what the speed timing was for Solar last time. He had something like a 230 gas or something. So I'm not sure if speed is ready for a very fast drop in that case. I'm just not entirely in the know. I was talking with Clem, by the way, about this particular build, and I was asking about like why is there no low ground CC when he plays against this? And he told me that he can't recognize the difference between a 16 hatch post Overlord and a 15 hatch before Overlord.
That's
which I told him he's an idiot for that, and I flamed him a lot. So yeah. I was like, that's a wild one. But I mean, it's allowed. Yeah, this is going to be speed once again, because this gas is much faster than it would be for roaches. So it's like I think with roaches, the gas goes down at like 245 to 250. And then for speed, I guess you want it a bit earlier, because you don't want the speed that late. But because the roaches, they have an impact pretty quickly after roach warn. So for that, it's fine to have it a little bit later to deal with like Hellion 3 and 4 or so. Yeah, we're just going to get a high ground CC. If he actually goes for a second barracks here, I'd be shocked. I really would be. Not going for... Okay, he's going to proxy starport. Yeah, okay. I spoke with him to him about this as well. I said, like, why proxy starport Hellion? To me, sounds really good against this, right? Even with triple CC, like, you're going to hit so freaking fast. I love this. I am very curious how Solar's going to defend this.
Yep. That's going to be tough. If those Hellions start getting in and you can start playing around that, then it's just going to be so difficult. There's so much maneuverability with those. Clem is very good at that as well, so see what we do.
I mean, there's no speed to catch him. Like, it's just an issue. I wonder if you even go into like an armory behind it. You know, you cause a little bit of chaos. Armory behind it, and then like a liberator from the proxy starport as well. So lib goes to like the main and net, and then you hit at the third base with a medevac. What is it, like 8 Hellions, 8 Hellbats? It's like, it's maybe not that bad really.
Be interesting.
So there's a lot of options that Clem can kind of, you know, a lot of paths that he can walk from here. It's interesting because we don't really see it as a whole lot from him, right? This particular opener.
No. I mean, he lives this in the TVP, but yeah, for TVZ, it's going to be super interesting to see if it can work. The medevac going to be seen right now. You're right. There's just so little speed to really catch up with those.
Okay, he's going to clear a couple of links here.
Yeah, but I mean, now you can drop to the low ground. You can chase drones. You just go where the army is not, because again, lack of mobility. But the medevac is low now, so there's not going to be too much more of it, and we lose it. 2 drones so far, make it 3. The Hellions will trade for feelings as well.
That was poor micro on the medevac in my mind, but still, even if the medevac stays alive, I don't think Clem can ever go in. This was honestly as good a defense as possible for Solar. Yeah. Much better than I would have imagined. He ended up building, what, 12 links or so? I guess 18 links total. He lost 6. He ends up losing 4 drones. Clem loses the ability to go into Banshee from here, and he lost a medevac and a Hellion. I wonder if this is really bad for Clem, though. I think it's still like somewhat of an even game, as long as he doesn't straight up lose to the Ling run by right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Ling's going to get in and they are going to start dealing some damage. The micro is pretty good, and the SCV surround is very good to shut that down, so Ling run by will not do much. Nice shutdown.
It's freaking perfect now. Like, that was crazy micro. He lost a single SCV and killed like 10 more Links or so. Like, absolutely worth it there for Clem. He's going to be real happy with that. It's going to be sniping an Overlord as well. Lair is very late here for Solar, who already started his 1-1 upgrade. 4th base on the way. Stim is about to finish up, and the first 2 medevacs are also starting. So the follow-up here for Clem is actually going to be quite quick. It is going to be quite quick, and I'm not so sure how easy it's going to be for Solar to defend this.
I imagine it's going to be a little tricksy, as we do have Hellions still just cruising around at the front, and the Marines building 7 at a time, so they are going to hit hard when the Baneling Nest is still just on the way up right now, so it's still coming through. Lair on the way, Overlord's on the way as well.
And uncommon for Clem here is he was supply block at 77, supply block at 85, supply block at 93, and now he's stuck for a little bit at 100, 101 again. So he lost, I think, maybe 3 rounds of SCVs, the equivalent of maybe like somewhere between 6 and 9 SCVs is what he's down compared to where he should be. So that is not a great thing for him to happen, if I'm being real honest with you. Uncommon, uncharacteristic mistake out of Clem there with the supply block. Still going to be running in, has the 2 medevacs as well. And this hatchery is probably in a little bit of trouble anyway. We have a bunch of Banes out, no centrifugal hooks whatsoever. Can Solar hold this against such a high Marine count? I'm afraid the answer might be no, especially once infantry weapons level 1 finishes up.
Yeah, the upgrade's going to make it that much tougher. We will have the Queens are going to be there to try and hit the Marines back the other side. Melee upgrades, Bane speed coming through, Lings and Banes in production. He's just going to have to try and get up some more numbers, but I mean, Clem is not continuing to press the issue as much. He's not super high on medevac energy. We'll have more medevacs arriving, and maybe with that reinforcing siege tank as well, he will continue to push now, so they'll put that tank in the corner, somewhere to work from, and we start a fight here as a few of the Lings start going down. The Banes going to slow walk in, but Bane speed is a long way off, and the first tank shot on those Banes is great. Unfortunately, we are going to be taking a lot of damage, and we actually lift up a little bit late, and we very nearly lost a medevac full of Marines, just kept that alive.
Yeah. Solar does manage to kind of slip in some drones as well every now and again. We get another stim in forward, though. This is scary with that very low medevac so far in the front. That is 5 Banes. Yeah, Clem. 5 Banes against Clem is a scary number, let me tell you. 1 medevac will end up falling as Clem is going to pick up and piss off back home. Solar wants to go for a counterattack. I don't think that's possible. We have an 8 Rex follow-up once more. So Clem, he liked how that first 8 Rex tasted, and he said, I want more of that. I want more of that on my tongue. As two helmets now more slightly outside of SCV range though, so that is scary. This push is big. I think Solar needs to give up this base instantly.
Yep, it does not seem like it's going to be really worth saving at all, and he is going to give it up. He's just going to pull those drones away, so away we go. As the few Lings escaping up toward the top side as well. We have our 2-2 upgrades coming about, Hive on the way. Ling Bane still producing 17 Banes being added on right now, so a huge amount of Banes being added as we get rid of a little bit of creep spread just in the center still. But yeah, Clem going to even find some of these more Banelings morphing, so going to cancel those. Another win for him. That slows Solar down. These Banes going to roll in as Clem was maybe not watching, but he did see it pulls back. And he continues to just reposition, looking for the base on the left side.
It's a crazy move against Clem. Like going for the off creep 5 Baneling attack. Like that never works, and it didn't work this time either. There is a massive flank that's being set up right now. We're gonna pretty much get a 360 surround here out of Solar. Banes coming in from pretty much every direction. Tanks are gonna get cleared as well. The Marines are forced away from the tanks. The medevac count is very high, but the Baneling count is still decent too. We have an Infestation Pit, we have Adrenal Glands, we have an Ultra Cavern on the way, as well as a Viper. I think that if Solar can just survive for a bit longer and get these Ultras out, that would be so big. But does he have the units here to hold on?
Yep, this is very much a question of Solar is getting to that point of defense, but you just need to keep hanging on in there. Now it's dangerous because you're investing into so much of it. The Adrenal Glands, the Ultra Cavern, the Viper, none of which help you in this very moment. Is it a little bit too much, or can he actually get away with those investments? And if he does, then that's obviously brilliant, because the value you will get from those is going to skyrocket your position in this game. Lings running in, trying to catch some of the reinforced units, but honestly enough Marines back there to hold off a little bit as well. The Banes helping out at the very end as they are going to get rid of the Banes back that side. The last tank here is likely going to be exposed, although it's a little bit choked up, so the Lings are not going to be able to get it. Wow.
What the hell is that position? That is insane. Lings not capable of hitting from the left side. Solar had to manually micro some Lings towards the right. He did not do that. Now he's going to clear that tank. That's a big deal, but Marines are unleashed onto that fourth base. We get a pickup as well. We have Liberators now sieging up. Clem is way up in supply. Snipes a lot of these Banelings as they're rolling by, and we only have 3 remaining at this point. He's going to pick up against us. That's a surprise. That is a surprise to me. That's very surprising, because I think he could have just targeted them down. He decided not to do it. Instead, go back, get the reinforcements in and kill this fourth base. Clem is going to pick up the win here most likely, as he's way up in supply and armor supply, but also the income is pretty similar at this point. We do have an Ultra out, but without Chitinous plating, I think Marines might be good enough. Now we get a couple of transfuses, Liberator dealing some damage as well. Yeah, no Chitinous, no fun for the Ultra. The Marines continue stimming in forward. Lib once again siege up. I think that Clem has done it.
Yeah, I think so too. Just no support for that Ultra, which maybe we could have made a bit of a difference. GG's, and we are going to have Clem take a first lead of this series as he bounces back from 0-1 and now leading 2-1 with a chance to finish it off here, going into a map 4. The next few moments, we'll see what map that will be.
I don't know, man. What's the chance we see less fantasy?
0.
Oh, okay.
This map gets instant vetoed like 90% of the time.
What if this is the 10?
Well, maybe we say it. Really think Solar's gonna want to play Last Fantasy? It seems horrible for Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, it seems terrible for anyone that isn't a Terran.
Yeah. I'm always at the point of thinking of just removing it from the map or adding something else. It's like, it's just vetoed too much.
What would you add?
I don't know, but it's just...
Add a map that's worse.
I mean, it'll make no difference.
If you add Roscallion, I would love
Roscallion?
Yeah, it's a 2v2 map.
Yeah, 2v2 map in the 1v1. Maybe that's the meta switch up we need, you know?
Rohana. Rohana would actually be playable in 1v1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it be good? No. Would it be playable? Possibly.
Alright. We are going to Tokamak, one of the fairly standard maps here, so get this start up very soon.
Crazy.
Crazy. Ready up. Just waiting for Clem to swap people around. Currently, Clem trying to play against Indy. That's not how it works.
How'd you leave the lobby?
The solo was set as Terran.
Oh. He said I was about to switch.
Wow. It was at 3. You can't switch it through.
He was about to do it though.
He was about to do it too late, so, you know.
But he was about to do it. I can't believe you're wasting everyone's time with this leaving nonsense. Actually, Clem also left.
Yeah, I know. I saw Clem leave as well. We had the same idea because the moment it hits 3, you can't change anymore, so you have to leave.
Mm.
That's why saying you was about to change makes, you know, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. These players.
Did you do anything good this weekend, Wardy, or no?
This weekend?
Yeah.
I casted StarCraft all weekend.
Oh, really?
Well, not all weekend. I casted StarCraft for like 7 hours on Saturday.
Oh,
And
wow.
then yesterday was Father's Day, so I went for food at my parents'.
Ah, cool.
And then I casted StarCraft after.
Oh, that's cool.
And Helen got me sick.
Gasless.
Gasless?
Gasless. Freaking solar, man. The gasless beast. I want to learn how to play this too. This actually genuinely seems quite fun, like the way that he plays. You know, at the pretty fast speed, but still the nice eco and the good times.
Mm-hmm.
It is just greedy the way that he does it, I think. But I think against Clem, you probably should take, you know, every opportunity you can get.
What would Clem? What sort of stuff do you think would punish it?
I don't actually know. Like, I know there's going to be something, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. Like, you don't... I'm not experienced enough as a Zerg player. I feel like what Clem did last game should theoretically be very good. It dealt less damage than I thought it would, but I still think it was fine. Like, if you don't lose the medevac, I think you actually have like a... It's like that, then you lose a Hellion for 4 drones. Like, that's fine. 4 drones and like 6 lings. It's like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a trade that he would take at that time in the game, especially if you're playing triple CC. This time it's going to be different. So he played 15 hatch into gas pool, no? That's a very weird opener.
The mind game.
It might be, actually.
You make him think you see the hatch timing maybe, and then you such gas and not no gas.
Yeah, except the Clem has no clue about the hatch timing, so it doesn't work. Clem's like, oh no, again, a hatchery at a normal timing. I don't know what the hell this means, but I don't think it's important. I hate Terran players.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. Nothing ever does. Nothing ever changes. Okay, gonna get the CC on the high ground over here. That's what it feels like. SCP came back home. Hatchery gets spotted. Speed here is pretty late. Or pretty late, it's just a standard-ish timing.
There's a little grenade. I'm just going to be pulling back. Queen's obviously playing the defense and just have that factory. Going to swap to the reactor. 3cc. Hellions on the way. And we are going to drop the starport down as well. So we are going to see the 1-1-1 setup at the moment.
The Destiny Cloud Fist build.
The Destiny Cloud Fist?
You don't remember that?
No, Destiny was like a little bit... Like, I watched when Destiny played, but like...
No. This build was called the Destiny Cloud Fist.
Oh, well, okay, then...
The 1-1-1. That's what Husky used to call it.
Well, that is absolutely before me. I never watched Husky.
Yeah.
Destiny
I think it was on a game on... it might have been Lost Temple or Shattered Temple. He said, 1-1-1's a terrible name for this build. We should call it something else, like Destiny Cloud Fist. And then he always called it Destiny Cloud Fist from there on out.
Nice.
I thought it was quite funny, dude. I love Husky.
That's wild.
Alright, what do we have here? Roach Horn coming down. Is there a second gas? Yeah, there is. Second gas, okay, it's just going to be a Roach Ling attack. It's not actually Banshee. I thought it was going to be Banshee. Hellion Liberator. 6 Hellion Liberator. If these roaches can get across the map, like, let's say 50% across the map without being spotted, that would be a huge deal. A huge deal. This Overlord is going to come in, sees the lack of Banshee here, by the way. That's going to be good news. And I think you might even change the way you want to play here based on that. Oh, Roach now coming out.
Sees it.
Game paused.
There's definitely a pause. Not even a PP.
Big lags?
Big lags.
Wow. It must be very big if this is the first words that came out.
1641 ping.
Standard game to West, really. This is what Europeans always have to deal with. My ping is fine. Oh, glad to hear it.
Sola's not making his
Real
case,
happy
is
for
he?
you.
He's like, yeah, it's fine for me. Oh. Well, Pommy's gone. It might not
Pommy
even...
is-
It might be Pommy. It might be just Europe BattleNet in general.
I'm 169 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 150. 150.
You have 150? The British ping is very busted.
Yeah?
Yeah. We found it out during COVID that it's probably best to live in Britain or in certain portions of Mexico. It's like you have the best ping matchups.
Mm.
Oh wow, Clem's actually lagging.
Yeah, he was not
He
joking.
does live in a village in France, so
Yeah.
yeah, he lives in a proper village.
This is not as bad as REYNOR's Italian internet, where he actually just lags out in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, you know REYNOR, where he lives, there's like freaking like wolves and stuff just roaming around. He lives in like a forest. Like he goes outside, he says like if he goes somewhere, like he bikes really freaking fast, you know, because he's afraid of the wolves getting him otherwise.
Mm.
Like they'll be like, woo, you know, at night. Yeah, I'm deadly afraid of wild animals.
You're deadly afraid of wild animals?
Yeah,
Does it not depend what kind of wild animal it is?
all of them. They scare me. Like
All
in
of
big
them?
groups, like freaking wolves, they're scary as hell, no?
Yeah. I guess so.
Like you're not gonna survive that if they're coming for you, Wardy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's a generally scary animal in general, even if there's just one of them. No.
Yeah, like gorillas or something. Like a group of gorillas comes to you, like they'll rip your arms out. You stand no chance.
Game resumed.
Well, yeah, of course not.
Yeah. So why
This
would
is
I go
perfect.
meet
No
up
one-
with the gorillas?
But I mean, like, you say it as though it's a weird thing to be scared of. Like, no shit, you should be afraid of groups of wild animals attacking.
Yeah. No, they will. I don't know. Some people they're like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, I'm deadly afraid. I'm just telling you.
You're a smart man. Aren't you? Good to hear it. As Clem sets the Liberator very far forward, which will kind of force the Ravagers to be used to shoot that down and to push that back. That buys you some time, right? So I'm going to be
Will he
seeing
also
the
get back? Yeah, of
Unsiege.
course he does.
Yeah,
It's a
nice.
stupid question.
3 sieges as well, which is going to get some shots off, right? Like, he's going to be able to hit the Ravager in the back. He's going to get the kill on that. It's kind of a big deal because
Actually
now...
gets
Wow, he unsieges it again as well.
Yeah, he's playing real fast, despite the poor ping that apparently he has. He's playing a good game. Now the Ravager's not even gonna die because the third Ravager wasn't there. This one is going to connect and it's gonna kill it. 23 workers are going down. It is still triple CC and lots of links coming in behind this. So it's triple CC versus 3 Hatch. We're either going to need to kill the guy here or we're going to need a crap ton of drones. These situations, they look good from the Zerg perspective, but they can quickly fall apart. If you don't kill the other guy and they get stinned, they get any amount of upgrades out of the eBay. Life can be tough. Second tank now coming in. We have to set up over here. That Bile's not connecting with the tank. The second Bile will hit. We're missing one. G gets called. Clem is out of this game, not of the series. It's 2-2.
It's 2-2. We're going to get a game 5. As, yeah, we had to work for a little bit there at the end from Solar, but he was able to make it happen. Man, Clem really tried every trick in the book to give himself a chance, right? Like, the Liberator reposition was great a
Yeah.
couple times over, but not quite enough, and we will go to the 5th game.
Yeah, tricky prick.
Yeah.
Pomi had 3,800 ping. That's almost 4 full seconds. Solar needs a toilet. Do you think he doesn't have a toilet at home?
Please let me win the first place prize. I'm saving up.
Saving up for it. Dude, that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Zergs really have fallen on tough times lately.
Yeah. He's so close to finally winning a WardiTV Monday. He's just trying every trick in the book, man. He's trying to make Clem feel bad. He needs basic necessities.
That is crazy. You know, I've been thinking of buying the water sprayers. You know what I mean? The what's it called? Bidet.
Oh, a bidet.
Yeah, for the like a toilet that has it included. You know, like when you go to the Chinese hotels.
Yeah.
I think long term is probably a good investment. No, I think water is cheaper than paper.
Probably, but it'd probably take a long time to. I mean, surely maintenance. How many
Maybe,
years?
Yeah, sure, but also like it's better. Like it's more hygienic, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that much is obvious to me. I think it's good.
That much is obvious to you.
Yeah.
Huge.
A lot of Spanish, like in southern Italy or southern Italy, southern Europe, I think it's more common as well to have it. It's also because I think they do it because their plumbing is so crap. You know, it's like you ever been to like the countries where you're not allowed to put like the paper into the toilet because the house will explode?
Yeah.
Like America, for example, is often the case.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I thought a plunger was something that was like something that they use in animations, films. You know, I didn't know this was a thing that actually got used by people. And then I went to America to the root house, and you know, I did my business, threw in like five rolls of toilet paper, and I get out and it starts like flooding. I'm like, what the hell is this? I had no clue what to do. So I was like, what? I thought this was a real country. And then I asked Kat, he's like, yeah, we have a plunger. I was like, what? We have a plunger for this? They had a freaking plunger in the house. I actually couldn't believe that someone would have a plunger. I thought it was like a joke, you know? You put it on the head or something. It's so funny.
They just made up this item purely for jokes. This whole time.
I thought it might have been something that you did in the past, you know? Like not caveman time, but like the 1800s or something, you know, when they first invented plumbing. Yeah, they were like, oh, let's get a plunger. But then they actually had it. I actually couldn't believe it. I never seen one in the Netherlands in my life. Yeah.
It's wild. Sola's upset Clem's AFK. I mean, Sola did say...
Oh, you need to kick Ian Blue.
Yeah, I know, I already said. But Clem's got the power.
Ah, okay.
Nice. Alright. Into torches. Who left the lobby?
Into the Inu. Because Clem didn't switch in time.
Switch what?
Race, I guess?
No, now Rex isn't here.
Rex.
Now Rex isn't here, yeah.
Oh no, they're starting without you!
Surely not.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I saw Clem and Sola in the right place, in the right races when everyone left.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
He's gonna swap though. Don't worry about it.
Crazy. Alright. Back into torches. Final game.
Back into torches.
Took some effort to get there, but we made it.
Yeah.
Good job. Alright, so we get a game 5 between Clem and Sola. Sola looking to be the second ever Zerg to win a WardiTV Monday. Huge accomplishment if he can make it. But in his way is the most winning player of WardiTV Mondays of all time.
He won out of the last 40. He won like 29 or something, no?
No, he didn't win 29. He's got like 16, I think.
Really? No, it's more.
No, it's 16.
16?
16
that's not
and 7 second places.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep. I think what's crazy to me is that MaxPax was second place for so long, but MaxPax hasn't won one since edition 19.
Whoa.
That's also kind of
MaxPax didn't participate today. What's up with that?
Yeah, I think he logged in late, to be honest. Like, I saw him log in like half an hour after we started on Battle.net, so...
maybe the Danish have like a different summertime or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Denmark. Have you ever been there?
No.
It's kind of a surreal place.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like I went to Copenhagen. It was really nice. I was surprised by it.
Uh-huh.
Like it just felt as a good country, you know. I think in general, when you go to like the Scandinavian countries, it's like this stuff just works well there, you know. Like I went to Sweden and Finland. I like Finland massive too, except a bit cold. I think Denmark is the best one because the weather doesn't blow as big time. Yeah, but Denmark is good. You know, they have a lot of windmills on sea as well. Like they're big into that stuff. Like they didn't invent the technology, but they're the best at it right now.
I feel like I've seen that one flying over Denmark before a lot.
Yeah, they have a lot of that stuff. Danish people, man, it's crazy.
Danish people.
Crazy. You know, they also the most famous fact is I think that they have more pigs than people or something like that.
I want to say that's
in Denmark.
Sounds crazy, but like maybe that's not actually that crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it's not that crazy. Like I think there's a lot of that. Like I bet we have more chickens in the Netherlands than people.
Yeah.
But I guess chickens are significantly smaller than pigs, so maybe it is pretty crazy. I wonder how many cows we have. It's like just pure numbers doesn't impress. Like you probably have countries that have like more shrimp than people as well. Like the shrimp are tiny, so it doesn't count.
You're really just devaluing the entire point you're trying to make.
Yeah, but I mean, pigs are large, so it is like
yeah. Like it started off with a good point that it might actually be kind of crazy. Yeah. If you stick with pigs, then sure.
I've also gotten pretty good at identifying Danish people when I'm on a holiday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How?
You know what Swedish sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a trick that Swedish people taught me. You kind of think of speaking Swedish with the potato in your mouth, and then it sounds like Danish. And I thought they were joking, but I've been consistently right about picking out Danish people with that trick. Like, it's like, oh, this is Swedish, but it sounds kind of weird. Like, you know, the guy's been dropped on the head as a kid or something. It's like, aha, Danish. And it's true.
I'll keep it in mind, I guess, for next time. Next time I need to identify a Danish person out of a lineup.
Yeah, I identified a lot of Danish people when I was in Thailand. Like, there was quite a few Danish people, and I would hear it every time. I was like, oh, what is this? And I would tell Irene, these guys are super Danish. Like, you could just feel it. And she'd be like, how do you even know? You don't even speak the language. I'm like, no, but you don't have to. Like, they sound like a potato, and then boom, you get them. It's crazy. This is a Nidus Roach Queen, by the way, which is pretty wild. Clem now realizes there's no third base, which is going to be a surprise for him. Runs in with the two Hellions. Gets the scout off. That is a big scout here right now, Wardy, but at the same time, how prepared is he? He's getting a lot of Marines. Uh-oh. There's a dead spot in the main base. Hello, Clem, please? No way.
That would be very bad.
No, come on.
Oh.
Is he serious?
Yeah, he's serious. He has no idea. He's missed it.
He's building a bunker there, but he's not... Oh my god, Clem. What a blunder here by the French Terran player.
Instantly pulls SCVs, does get the bunker up, right, but that's still pretty rough. Just going to start targeting the units outside, targeting the SCVs, and we get a lot of damage done here. Good grenade, pop some units around. Good creep spread with the Overlord, allow you to get transfused off the Queen. That helps a lot. 8 SCVs down, but now the bunker's going to be in a little bit more trouble because there's just not as many SCVs to keep repairing it, but has it held for long enough? I want Marauder in the back is doing some work as well, no? Cyclone shows up too.
That guy has a lot of damage up with Cyclone coming in as well. Great defense here out of Clem. Insane grenade earlier as the bunker survives and GG gets called. Clem baited Solar into finishing that Nidus and then smashes all the units out of there. It probably would have been easier to clear the Nidus though, but this was way cooler.
Crazy.
Yeah, legit crazy. What an ending to a very good series, Wardy.
Yeah, it was actually a very good best of 5. I just wanted to win, though.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best of 5s. It's probably the best one I've seen today, but probably even in the past like 6 days or so.
In the past 6 days, that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot, because the last Wardy Monday was last week. I haven't seen the best 5. It might have been very good.
That's PvP, it's probably not.
Probably not. Did you even watch it?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, whatever, PvP, fine, I'll go home.
It was Mana vs. Hero.
Yeah, I mean, I know who played, yeah.
You know who played? Wow.
Yeah, I knew who played.
Up to date with all
I checked the bracket because I was curious.
Nice. Keep it on top of your StarCraft.
I really am.
Impressed.
I really am. Yeah, what are you going to do now? You have something else lined up?
Yeah, I'm going to go rest. I'm sick.
You're sick?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you have?
I don't know. Helen's... Well, so here's the problem is, right now I just have a sore throat. But 4 days ago, Helen had a sore throat, and now she's not been out of bed for like 3 days. So
Oh no.
I feel like I'm very ready to be sicker than I currently am. But like obviously, sore throat kind of sucks when you're talking, right? So,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so that's why you liked when I was on. Oh,
yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, you can come save my voice.
gotcha.
It was pretty rough as well because the first match of the day was genuinely very good, so I had to actually be excited. You know? Didn't even get to save myself for later.
That's banging.
So yeah, that's gonna be my excuse when you ask for replays to be uploaded, and then they're not uploaded. Just to let you know. Just getting out there early, you know.
Yeah, I like it.
Beautiful.
All right. I'm
Gonna dip.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
I'll
keep
see you later.
streaming?
Yeah. I play some games. I'll see if I can dodge the boys.
Okay, I'll raid you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk with you later then, buddy.
Yeah. Bye.
Good games.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, GG's. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I been losing focus a little bit as the day goes on. My brain's not keeping up there, I don't think so. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. That was WardiTV Mondays. Oh, I should have told Harston there's a qualifier tomorrow. There we go. Tell him that. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be the European League qualifier number 2, so that's going to be coming up tomorrow, so look forward to that. Don't know if I've really got anything else to say or add or do. I think that's pretty much just plain and simple summarized, to be honest. Cool. Yeah. Oh, we're still sharing chat. Hang on, let me turn Harston's chat off. Oh, I'll just hang up and stream together. Nice. So yeah, I'll host Harston up, guys. I'm gonna run some ads. I'll be back tomorrow unless I'm sick. Sicker than this. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.